Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner, episode 85. And I'm your host, Devious Dave Rhodes. And yes, my voice is sounding a little better, I'd say, from the last time I streamed. But did you miss me? Diner doesn't close. But I'm glad that you're here. It's been quite refreshing because, apart from actually having been so busy during this week, knowing that so much content has been created and that I have not had a chance to review, I'd say at least 80-90% of it. But actually probably more now to think of it, because more stuff came to, more stuff was delivered. Shout out to the 24 viewers. Meow, 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 meow. But as we always do, let's start off the show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. We've got It's the Costanza, Nikki J, Extreme Shaft, Latino Heat, It's Bry Guy, now proud member of the It's family, It's Steve Callan, Irish Dave, Fess Love, J-Diz, I'm Your Buddy Boy, could be a troll, so doesn't have a wrench, so no, keep your eye out. Who else we got? We got Gabe Rodriguez, who says, "Hey bro, how you doing? I just got me and my girl some Chick-fil-A, and now we're listening, and we are going to enjoy your show." Well, thank you very much. Nick J says 420s, which was about 27 minutes ago, but that's fine. But yes, I'm sure that many more, as always, filter in to the diner. Plus, the alerts don't always seem to work, as we know. But man, oh man, has there been a lot of stuff that's been going on. But where to start? You know what? Let's start on the thing that just came up to my attention literally just before I went online, or went on stream. There we go. Was apparently Mr. Scanty, Mr. Poor Little Scanty, is back at it again. Yes, he's back again. Scanty's back, has no friends, but okay. And what a blessing! Now, I don't think I've got, unless I get a Negan bomb. Like, seriously, unless I get a Negan bomb to cover it all, I'm not going to be able to do it all in one fucking go. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you, and I like to move backwards too, because the newest stuff is obviously the freshest. And then, you go back to see sort of comparison-wise, because I got a lot of clips of previous shows. But goddamn, that's why it's so refreshing. It's like the Drama Wars again. There's fucking hours and hours of fucking content to review on me. On your favorite emperor. Your first, obviously not the second, but your favorite one. So, to do it properly as Dave Rose does, you're going to have to spend a fair bit of time. And I haven't been that available this past week. Hopefully this weekend I might have some time to do some more deep diving. But I think I present to thee today, here at the Drama Diner, a nice, eclectic, but very luxurious meal for you to dine on. So, let's see here. Just going back to the chat, seeing if there's anything big. Festlove tells me something that was informed of me earlier today, but he says Wire brought back SC Greasy Legal, and Bullseye called him out on it. Well, if somebody wants to send me sound clips on, or timestamps, I should say, on that, then I certainly will potentially review it. Well, not will. I will potentially review it. We got stuff to go through. Why? Because, Scanty's been saying some naughty words, saying some interesting things, but he made a video yesterday, and this was, I'm guessing, when Nikki was on maybe C-Man show or YR's show. We'll see in a moment here. Um, but the title is Nikki Nines, the biased arbitrator of morals and ethics, at it again. That could definitely use a few commas, but I wanted to start with this because it's quite pertinent, and it's also well, showing a few things. But let's move forward.
Like the whole that thing, it's like how like I think this all be
Okay, so it must be a YR show because I see Keith on camera and I see Nikki's Skype photo symbol avatar thing, the handprint on screen that obviously Scott's reviewing via his phone. So let's proceed.
blow over. Like, I mean, how many times has people gone back and forth to being cool as fucking Scott? How many people? I mean, fucking Tony, for fuck's sake. You know, has Dave done anything as bad as them? Like, I don't like comparing Scott to or Dave to Scott because those are two very different people and what they have done to people in this community. Do I agree with all of Dave tactic? No. I despised what he did to Bullfrog.
And he was vocal about it. He told it to me privately, and he told it to me publicly.
You know, but you're complicit in that also because you paid him to torture both.
I believe we're going to be covering that clip, but it must have been from yesterday. I mean, it says March 30th. Today's the 31st. Whatever. I got this stuff queued up. We're ready to rock and roll. So now Scott comes onto camera, and he's going to say stuff about Nikki.
Oh my God, man. Your opinion does not matter, Nikki. You can go on and on until you're blue in the face about Scott being the bad guy. And Scott, Dave's never done what Scott's done to people. Please tell me, Nikki, whose life has ever been affected because of me? As much as my life has been affected.
Go check out the 7-hour plus evidence marathon. Thank you.
Affected because of all of you. You go ahead and you tell me right now. Because you're the one who threatened to come to me. I never went to police over you. You're the one that was close to me, right? 5 hours away.
Wait a second. Now to think of it, if I remember correctly, and I normally do, I remember there was discussion where he was trying to find out, or he did find out, exactly where JB worked. I think it was right after when he basically implored people who are watching, find me JB's info. So somebody put it up on screen. Gonna have to guess possibly Tab. But I have no evidence to support that. I just have evidence that he likes to play that game. And yeah, soon after, Scott was showing photos of a workplace. Give me a second here. And yeah, so there was discussion there, and there was indication from Scott about that. But let's just allow this clip to play.
You want to talk about beefing with somebody in your own town?
Don't worry. If I need to get a coffee or a tea, I will. Tea would probably be better at this hour, but still.
Like Vic and Dave shouldn't be. You're the one that did that, Nikki. The only problem and issue you have is you're blinded by some kind of weird obsession over me, and I think it's been going on before you even entered this community. And you came in defending your buddy Mars. Let's be honest here, Nick. You said Mars worked at the correctional facility, didn't you? I made up a job. I made up a job with no fucking proof or factual evidence. Mars said he looks after dead bodies. I said he must be a coroner. Okay? When we got in a fight, did I say, oh yeah, I'm calling your job. Yeah, I did. It wasn't a real job, though, was it? You're the one that put it out there.
Let's hear that again. Also advertising, I know what county or district you work in, blah, 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 blah.
I said he must be a coroner.
Which, as always, with everything with him, it wasn't the correct one. And the one that he was saying was, like, mispronounced, so.
Okay, when we got in a fight, did I say, oh yeah, I'm calling your job. Yeah, I did. It wasn't a real job, though, was it? You're the one that put it out there where he worked. If he does work correctionals, I don't really know. But that was you, Nikki. Nikki, you're the person who came to me asking for help with the email that was sent to me because of your diary. That's what you're holding on to. Your little vendetta over this fucking diary about your emotions you wrote to the internet. That
You wrote to the internet. That's called a blog, isn't it? A blog? Simple blog, right? And I mean, like, is everyone who's on the internet subscribed to that particular blog? Afternoon to Bird, there in the chat, and a meow meow to Ryan in the chat. Let's continue.
that is your vendetta, your grudge with me that you're holding on to, and you have to paint this narrative that I'm worse than Dave. Dave has done way worse to people and hacking their jobs, all kinds of shit than I ever have.
That's the funniest thing. That's seriously so funny. That is, and he's obviously always talking about, oh, people are delusional and deflection, this and that. That was the purpose of the 7 hour. I guess it was close to 8 hours, 740 something, whatever. But it was all the clips of all the different things that have been collected. Well, not all of them. Shit, this was actually a drop in the pond from what a lot of people complained about. Yes, they're like, oh, you could have had more clips. It's like, yeah, I'd been waiting 6 months. I'd told people, get me those clips that you say you have. And time was, it was time for go. So
I've done nothing and nobody can.
really? What? Hold on. Ear.
People and hacking their jobs and all kinds of shit that I ever have. I've done nothing and nobody can. Fucking lied about working at Homeland Security and dared me to call them 3 times, show me a fake badge covering it. What don't you get through your thick skull there, Mr. Fucking, oh, I'm a big guy, I'll put you in the rack. You are obsessed, Nikki. Obviously, when you came into this
You hear that, Nikki? You're obsessed.
community with all my clips and old videos and screaming at the top of your lungs, that was the first fucking sign that you have some kind of weird jealousy or some shit going on in your head when it comes to me, bro. Like, it's
Jealousy.
clear.
I will allow for another word to be chosen, but jealousy certainly doesn't apply here. Shit, you can download thesauruses onto your phone. You can jump online and go to thesaurus.com. But please, I mean, this is sad.
I never fucking, because I said immigration over your wife. You wrote that to the fucking internet, you dumb fuck.
To the internet. And no, that's not what he said. But regardless.
You wrote that you were an illegal immigrant to the internet and then went on attacking me and someone sent that to me. Is that what you're mad at? Like, holy fuck, are you stupid, bro? It's unreal, man. It really is. And I tried to help you with that email. I sent it to you to go to law enforcement
You used me, Skinner. You used me.
and everything. What you do a month later, not even. I think it was like a week later, actually. You turn on me again to fit the narrative, to be wanted and accepted and affirmation with the community to shit on.
Yeah, because that's what Nicky really wants, is he wants to belong to the Spurred community. Yeah, he's shown it so often in the past. Right.
God, bro, you guys are all
As opposed to you, who just won't fucking go away. Like a bad case of herpes or the HIV or whatever, the coof.
fucking so fake. You're just such fucking liars,
After getting the pinchy, you know what I'm saying?
bro. What is it, Ed? You're gonna say, oh, he threatened to call CPS, but did he? No, he actually didn't. And do you know the fucking true story? You must have seen my video the other day, the true story with the whole Bex and ads thing, right? That gave my address to Dave. I never done it to them. Never called CPS on them. Was always very good to Bex and
He threatened it multiple times. He threatened to tell his her mother things about what was going on in the household so as to convince her mother to contact CPS.
the kids and everybody on cam. But you don't know all these things, do you? You don't know about that, do you, Nikki? You don't know that.
Well, he hasn't yet, I don't think, spent, and I mean, you can't blame the guy, but I mean, he hasn't spent the time watching the evidence marathon. If he did, he'd hear, well, actually, you know what? Now to think of it, I think, yeah, he doesn't even need to do that. There's I don't know if Mars still has it up on his channel, but there is that clip of the call between Bex and Scott. And yeah, you got ads in the background and stuff. But yeah, that's where he puts her to tears.
The truth of any story that goes on. You just come in, running your gums, flapping your lips like everybody else. Go fuck yourself. I put in an apology to you and Mars the other day. You can't fucking do the same, though. You guys will hold on to grudges and vendettas forever because you have too much pride. Can't swallow your own lies and bullshit narratives. Fuck off. And as much as you don't want to accept it for whatever reason there, Nick, Dave taught me what doxing even is. And I never done that with intent to harm anybody.
Negatory, you faggot. You started saying, oh, I know all this stuff, police and army and, or police and military, and I've got apps on my phone and stuff, and I could dox you. And then I questioned you about it. And you're like, well, what do you think it stands for? Like, that's not going to work on me. This guy was using these terms, but he didn't know what they were. So I called him out on it, and he wasn't too pleased at all. So and then he tried again the Mark Scunty type, method, which is don't admit that you don't know, but just try to get that information out of them. Well, what do you think? And he's done the same thing, like, well, where do you think you live? Or well, no, it wasn't that. It was. I've got to look up the fucking information, but regardless, he's done the same thing to multiple people, and, they've seen that. And for him to claim that I even showed him is totally untrue. First, he's inept, and second of all, I wouldn't show him that at all. But more importantly is that you could tell that this guy really didn't know about computers once you start to really ask him about it. But he wants to claim that, he actually wants to claim that it was me and YR that started doxing people in this community when it all started with him. All of it. He started with problems, I believe, with, I think it started with pro-violence, and then it moved on to YR, but there was multiple times where he was looking them up on 411. That was his method of trying to collect information on people, was to literally use 411 or whatever, white pages or white pages. It's a different name up here. To get this information from people. And he would claim, oh, I could do this and that. It's like, okay, Scott, well, what does it mean? Well, what do you think it means? Fuck off. Let's go back to this. Hold on. Come on now.
Buddy, he has. All of you have. You're in that party. That's why you're trying to deflect onto me again. It's such a fucking joke, man. That Dave literally admitted to teaching me what DDoS and doxing is. I'm not...
I admitted to teaching you what the acronyms stand for, you fucking moron. But actually sitting down with you and being like, okay, well, let's start with this. Let's do that. I don't even want to use terms that I would normally use when teaching computers because he's just going to pick up on them. Same with this shit. It's like, I didn't teach you how to do that shit. You were already claiming you could do it before. And again, you were the one that started it. But when pressed about it, you want to act all aloof and be like, oh, I know this stuff, but I bet you don't. So as he prepares his pen and paper, well, what do you think it stands for? Shut the fuck up. Remember, police and military applications on your phone. You said this shit. And I do believe it's on the Evidence Marathon.
The internet tech. It was a great point by Jake Burrs today, that Drama Club website. I forgot all about that. It was a great point today. A lot of shit that you guys just are confused on and don't know the truth of.
Says the former drunk who may or may not have fallen off the wagon, according to some people. So, yeah, I'm sure that we're going to take your word for it. Again, I just refer you to back a few, well, more than a few months ago, but Scott made a video saying he never blocked Tony. I got the video showing, which he released himself and then subsequently deleted, showing that he did block Tony. So that was the expose there, saying, yep, Tony was right, Scott was lying, he did in fact block Tony. So we do know. Let's continue.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like, Nikki, you made shit up. Like, you said shit like my dead ex-girlfriend. You said, like, I killed her or that she hung herself and shit like that. Like, you don't think that you took it too far there, Nick?
That's some good control over your lazy eye. I got to follow whatever exercises you're doing. Let's see here. Oh, this. Oh, let's hear that. This looks like it might be on YR. I honestly did not expect to cover all this stuff because the guy's been nuts. He's been over the last 2 days. Hold on. No. Uh, 3 days. 3 days. Well, no, sorry. No, more. Jeez. This guy's been on a fucking tear. Hold on. I'd say about 6 to 7 days ago. Okay, I'll count from this video. 6 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 14, 1, all right, 19, 24, oh my God, 31, 36, 41, oh my God, 46, 51 videos in the last, and some of them are, I mean, longer than usual. Well, for him, you know, we're looking at 7 minutes for some of them, 16 minutes for one. Scunty's been busy. Scunty's been very busy. Jeez, I didn't even expect this, to be quite honest. And I think he's still mad at Old Man Davy from what I'm seeing on some of the thumbnails here. But geez, this guy. All right, let's check out a few things before we move on to the main course here. But he made a video. I'm assuming this is in regards to YR. It says knees weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, Texas RCMP by ARG description. Little message of truth that's hard for any of you innocent victims to accept. Should have put innocent victims in quotation marks. He says, do you want to know why the police that arrested me drunk dropped the uttering threats charge on me? Because I gave my key to my apartment and they knew I wasn't dangerous or had anything to hide or actual problems, just very drunk. The vegetarian is coming to get you. Look out, please. Interesting.
Stuff. This spaghetti is dry.
I hope this is
as
not just a
fuck.
food review.
And secondly, if you ever believed that I really had a bag of guns or that I...
Well, thank God it's not a food review. Hey, asshole. You're a fucking loose cannon, and you're crazy. We know this already. Psychopathic. So you've gone through multiple claims about multiple different things. And in fact, you've actually gone ahead and contacted law enforcement on baseless charges. So, you know what? Anything coming out of a crazy person's mouth should be taken at least with some modicum of reality. I mean, it only makes sense, right? If there's a homeless man on the street says, I'm going to stab you, and he's got his hands in his pockets, there's a good chance maybe that guy's got a fucking knife.
I would kill you, especially when you're in a different country or thousands and thousands of miles away from me. Well, then you're sadly mistaken. And you know it's not true, but you decide to make it true. The fifth narrative. If anybody ever believed that, you're a fucking moron. Sorry, but that's the facts.
I still don't know who he's talking about.
A guy who called the FBI, who said, search my computer, do whatever you want, search my home.
Well, maybe yourself.
Doesn't have anything to hide. So if you guys didn't realize that back then, when I was a drunken alcoholic who was...
What do you do with a drunken scunty? What do you do with a drunken scunty? What do you do with a drunken scunty early in the morning?
basically just making baseless threats because people were coming at me left, right, and center, then you're a fucking idiot. I mean, it's funny how Dave Rhodes used to try to use those tactics, military police background, when it fit his agenda, when he was my friend. So, everything fits everybody's agenda when they're your friend, until you're not. And then all of a sudden, all those things that they supported you on become a problem. Now, all of a sudden, that's called changing your opinion based on a narrative. So, it makes you uncredible. People that do that. Just saying.
Just saying.
And the same thing goes for that Mr. Young Republican.
Oh, so I did expect that there was some sort of discussion on the matter of Mr. Republican there. Oh, and we got a donation. I have not even asked for one. Hi. So what we're going to do is recognize our donator and give him something cool. Here we go. It's a good video game. You should check it out. So we've got Casey is Raw, who's just donated. And he is saying, Dave. Stupid email program. Let's try that again. Dave, I believe I got a case on J-Man. He slapped the shit out of me and broke into my house. Well, sir, I do believe that you may in fact have a case. So I would suggest that you and I speak offline and we go through the details. And potentially in the court of Drew, we bring up said charges in an attempt to find justice for you. So we'll have to discuss that. Alrighty, let's get back to this. We got a ranter here. We got a ranter, people. Out of the way, we got a ranter.
There's a reason why I never called the cops on you 6 years ago, Wire.
This should be rich. Let me just quickly check a few things here. Skibbity bop da da. I'm getting messages on the Skype machine, but I got so many people here, I can't even figure out who fucking sent me the message. And it's still not showing up. Oh, probably because Skype is just being a bitch. Okay. Thank you, Skype.
No? Don't you think I would have, since you made a video by a tree in Texas saying that you were really in Glace Bay coming to kill me?
That's kind of comical.
Because I knew that you were joking or lying, and that you're thousands and thousands of miles away from me, so it's not considered a real threat. If you talk to the police about it, they'll tell you the same thing like they told me. Where are these people at? Are they your next door neighbor? Are they in a different province? Are they physically coming up to your house? Are they in a different country? All that comes into account. Are you on YouTube fighting with each other? All of that. Are you doing
Wait. Weren't you calling the FBI in America on multiple individuals? So what you're telling us is, well, what you're admitting, really, is that, well, from what you're telling us, because I don't even know at this point, but your local police say they can't do anything. So then you what? Go to foreign police and go there? I mean, it doesn't make much sense, senor. It is unsensical. All right, let's continue.
Okay, so you can make up the narrative as you go along all you want. The truth is the truth, my friends, and I am harmless. And
harmless, that's hilarious. That's what a potential domestic abuser would say to the cops as the cop is at the door there, and the heavily beaten woman is behind there, shaking in fear.
I wish no ill will on anybody. Like, what a...
Bullshit. Dude, you said that you wanted to Dude, you said you wanted to decapitate YR and make him watch his own decapitation. You said that. I mean, cinder block therapy is one thing. But fucking that? Where you actually preceded it with you were gonna hold him like you were gonna pull a fucking Dexter. You were gonna hold him hostage for fucking months on end and torture him, and then it would culminate with you literally holding him up to a mirror, because that's the only way that he would be able to see himself, get decapitated. You didn't, explain that. You stated that that's what would happen, and the only possible way that that would occur is that if you hold him up to a mirror. There's really no other way. But yeah, you basically stated that you wanted to decapitate him and ensure that he witnessed his own demise. Let's just be honest, okay? And well, that's just YR. But
has been done to me. And again, I was a drunken lunatic letting a character
was
take over. When I decided to stop drama and stop making money on it, I grew up a little bit, minus the alcoholism. And then I spent fucking a year defending myself and being a drunken fucking crazy man because I couldn't fucking handle the bullshit that was going on, and I struggled with trolls online, just like Adam Calhoun does. It's fucking, I'm a man of trades that was in trades his whole life, doing men work. So I
men work.
struggle with this part of the internet. I do struggle with the fucking trolling.
Go back to, was it that channel that you like so much? Secure Team 10? The UFOs and all that stuff?
People making accounts of your dead grandparents and all that shit.
I've never done that, and I've always called that out, and I've always banned anyone who tried to pull that shit.
So, and they know that, so they capitalize on that. But they'd never do shit like that to your face. So, anyway, all these people have insecurities, a lot of them, and a lot of the people that hate me are either pedos or...
That's quite the allegation there. That could be even considered slanderous.
Women beaters, like...
That could also be considered slanderous.
It seems like a lot of them are in struggle with temper tantrums, and they hate me for...
What? You're criticizing people on having temper tantrums? Really, Scunty? Really? Okay.
Or the fact that I get traction. I don't know.
Traction. 22 views for this video. Thanks for coming out.
I don't know what it is, honestly. It's a lot of jealousy, though. Anyway.
All right. Let's go back to the chat here real quick. See if... Lagoon criticizing Latino Heat because apparently anyone who supports me is a yes man. So just remember that the Goon and many others, but Goon is saying it here, and obviously he can defend himself. But anyone that's either here and supporting me or being vocal, they're just they're yes men. They don't have any critical thought of their own. And clearly I'm pulling a YR, I guess, playing a flute of, what's the story again? The Pied Piper. Just leading the kids along and such. And, people are stupid, people are dumb, and apparently I'm this great mastermind, although apparently I'm so stupid. I still haven't figured out that dichotomy. But, I'm able to lead people and just fill their minds with fantasies. But let's get back to this boppers here, because there's a few things I do want to cover before we move on to the main course, because damn it, he's made so many. I can't remember what number it was, 40 something, 42, 41, 51 in the last 6 days. That's impressive, most impressive. He actually made a video where he showed both Keith's mugshot and YR's mugshot. So, remember, Dave Rose is the bad guy, but this guy is doing that. Geez, there's so much, and I haven't even listened to it, so I don't even know which one would be best to go to. I'll take suggestions. I see one right now that I will play because it says further to the Nikki statements, which is what I did play. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions for for the stuff that he's been making, you know, we could potentially cover it. But we still have the main course. And that was supposed to transition to play. There we go.
I know you saw my video that I did in regards to you and Mers and saying
I doubt it, actually. Nicky's a busy guy. And, you know, I don't think he's subscribed to you. I don't think he even knows when you go to air. And I don't think anyone's even telling him, to be quite honest. Because, yes, you are that insignificant. So, really, let's continue.
that you guys were right and, you know, I apologized and all that shit for the past. I know you saw that, Nikki. But listening back to our stream now, you know, I'm obviously making videos in live time and I'm behind. But, like, I'm going to address shit that you bring up when you're painting a narrative of me, bro. That's just the way it is. You're saying later on, you know, that I hear, you hope that I'm doing my thing and just getting better. Well, I am doing that, and I do try to do that, but it's people like you and YR and all these people that go on these shows acting like you guys are the good guys, the arbiters of morality, and then you fucking bring me up again and bring me up and bring my past up, try to hold me accountable, but you guys got a narrative and a twisted bias on me, man. That's not true with me. Or true with the people that know me, or the people that know me in real life, or any of my ex-girlfriends, or blah, blah.
Your sister would actually probably disagree, I'm guessing. She sure as fuck did when Tiff and I spoke to her, so.
Blah, blah, or whatever. You guys only fucking see a guy that went after you people for doing what you do. You understand that? Okay? Now, you hope that I'm doing my thing, but I'm going to address it when you bring me up, bro. I'm not going to miss these things. I can be doing my own thing.
Translation, he is too emotionally weak to go away.
I've tried that a million times. But if I have something to prove and I have something to
And basically, all he does is either drama or take streams, you know, like conspiracy streams and, you know, re-air them and stuff. You know, unlike an original individual like myself, that sort of statement might trigger people. They see them.
defend myself, I'm going to cut a video on it. This channel is not...
And again, I've always said, you know, this time's different, obviously, but, you know, the best thing that you can look at is my year-long sail away, and not one word was said about the issue, because I'm that good. So, the goon might think that this is a superiority complex, but when I prove that I am superior, it's not really a complex now, is it? Sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. To be quite honest, I'm not sorry. And that is the colloquial thing to say. But I'm not going to apologize for being smarter than people. I'm not going to be apologizing for being more aware, more politically knowledgeable. Why? Because people's feelings are the problem? Sorry. Let's continue. Well, you know what? That's a stupid Canadian thing, to be quite honest. We apologize a little too often. But that's how you get Trudeau. Let's continue.
Not really. I don't want it to be drama. But I will do it if it means defending myself and speaking up for...
You'll do it even if nobody speaks about you. We've already proven this.
the truth, man.
Shit. Ken could go weeks, and he has, not talking about you. What do? You release like 24 videos in, was it 12 hours or something? Somebody's got to remind me of that. But that one streak that he went on recently, where he just pumped them out like he was a fucking factory. And Ken hadn't been saying shit about fucking Scott. And there it was. Scunty just not accepting the fact that Ken moved on, that Ken wasn't bringing him up, wasn't saying shit, or me, or other people. Although YR's been bringing him up a fair bit. Now that is very interesting, and we will be covering that as soon as we get to the main course.
Man,
These hors d'oeuvres are just so succulent that I can't stop serving them to you.
do this all day. I don't care. You guys never let
Wait,
me
hold
I'm
on.
going to cut a video on it. This channel is not really, I don't want it to be drama, but I will do it If it means defending myself and speaking up for the truth, man, I can do this all day.
Wait. So Dave Rose can be criticized because he can go for hours and hours on end. And you've done so, Scanty. But you can do it too, huh? So I guess you're not that high up on the moral scale, then? I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Arbiter of morality, Scanty.
I don't care.
You do care. You do care. You know what I enjoy? Bringing up this emotion. Shaking people out of their apathy. And, well, you're damaged goods, dude. You were damaged from the get-go. So, this is the result of a society that doesn't use institutions or health sanitariums anymore.
You guys never let me do my own thing because you always hold me accountable.
We're going to have to rewind because I know where this is going. But we never let him do anything. Really? So we're holding a gun to his head. We've got zip ties on him. We have him on the ground, like kneeling. And we're forcing him to sign a document that says that he's not going to do things.
Defending myself and speaking up for the truth, man, I can do this all day. I don't care. You guys never let me do my own thing because you always hold me accountable to my past or you fucking bring some bullshit up. So, it is what it is, man. The choice is really on you guys, not me.
That's hilarious. Well, I think we've had enough fun with that. I see a few other, there's one called Cracks Begin to Show. Or the cracks begin to show. I have no idea. There's just so many fucking things here, but I think we're done with that. That was funny stuff. Really goes to show how obsessed he is. But hey, that was comical. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. And before I do, I'm going to go back to the chat. A lot of discussions here. Someone recently, Jada says, my only point with the whole situation is that a lot, if not all points, my meh brother, Nicky Nine, said last night over on YR's show is my sentiments as well, just popping in, handling real life. Stop teasing us like that. Like, either, come on. Either hang out or just, don't be telling us you're around and then I might be talking, in reference to you and not even know that you're not listening. Festlove wants to know the link to that rat drivel, as he says. So, if you bear with me, you'll see the current channel that Scunty's using. There you go. Now, see, this is the problem. Jada's, I don't know which video you're referring to, so I don't know what wires or what the sentiments were. So, a timestamp would help. Excuse me. Got a cough to get off, as they say. Anywho, maybe it's what I have already queued up, but this was aired 21 hours ago. Regardless, we're gonna hit it up here and we're gonna dissect it. This is gonna take time, and there's a fair bit of stuff to discuss, which is why I don't even know if we get time to cover the other stuff. But hey, let's begin. Okay, so you got YR on his stream with Keith, and I believe I don't know if anyone else is on the call. Some people call in later, but Nikki Nines, I believe, is now just calling in. So here we go.
You're gonna shit all over the show today. I thought
Gonna shit over what?
you're really gonna shit on the program earlier today. Like you really think it wasn't that good?
I'm doing it itself. I don't really have to say anything.
See, why do you got to put words in people's
That's right. Nikki J was on there.
mouths? Like
I knew it. And then other people call in too.
all
No.
the fucking time.
Well, I mean, I listen to it and like I get it, but there are a few things that I'm just like, what? Like, what do you?
Like what?
You know? Well, like, like I commented in the channel, like I'm never talking. Like I hate when people say I'm never doing this or I'm leaving the community or I'm doing. It's just like, no, you're not. Shut up. Like the second Dave reviews that, y'all are just gonna talk about it again.
Of course. And shout out to the 58 viewers right now. Meow, 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 meow.
You know, so don't throw the I'm never talking about Dave again after this. It's like the fuck you won't. The fuck else are you gonna talk about?
Oh, imagine you do it though. If Dave,
I will say one thing though, which I find very comical, especially since see them, rookie, and certainly not aware or experienced with the situation, is that this is nothing new at all. Either it be me on a call being berated by 5 people all at once, or me sailing away, showing my prolific skills. But having them literally just talk shit about me almost the entire show, jabs everywhere. Shit, you guys should have heard, well, maybe you probably did, if you were subscribed to Corrupted, when Ken, Joe, and JB were running things, and I had just left. The amount of shit that was sent to me about that, which I didn't talk about at all. I think that was the 12th time. But the stuff that they said in regards to me, like water off a duck's back. And people were like practically demanding that I do streams. And I didn't.
Dave goes on monetize this on Friday, there's definitely going to be a morning fucking drama show. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, come on.
See? Point
But that's
taken,
different,
right there.
bro. That's like. That's
How is
like.
that different?
That's.
And I do have to say that I do love, I mean, shock value is not out the window, Cody. It's not. But that's what I love about it so much, is that situations that people are totally ignorant on cause ignorance in situations people are imagining. People think that because I had Joe on, again, I think it was Ronald Booth who was saying this, that I just let Joe on, that I'm working with him. I let Joe on because he called on to my show. Simple as that. I can conduct myself in a cordial manner and still, disagree with someone or call them out. I mean, it's just so funny that people, again, like, what do you want? Another 7-hour video where I'm shitting on Joe and I present all this evidence and blah, blah, blah. Like, I've been there, okay? But people will think it's like an endorsement. And not only that, they'll think, oh my God, now Dave's going to go running back to monetize this and he's going to work with Joe and blah, blah, blah. Well, I haven't gone yet. And that was what See Them was saying. I can't remember when, last week or something, when I did my Sunday drama diner. So, he's like, oh, he's probably going to go back and stuff. Well, no, it wasn't that. And because of that, I sort of built up this whole idea about, Cody Rhodes returning to WWE. So clearly Dave Rose is going to try to build on that momentum, and he's going to show up on Sunday night with Joe Cronin on his wrestling review. It does give me pleasure that it did get a lot of people talking. A lot of people were actually saying, no, you got to go, you got to go. Well, I'm actually sticking to my words. Again, Mr. Consistency, them. That I don't plan to go back to work with Joe Cronin. It's just not, it's not possible. Okay, I wish him all the best. I still proclaim what I've been saying since day one, which is this guy should be on Sirius XM, because his style of comedy and stuff is something that would work well in that manner. But, you know, having all this experience and going through, you know, the same pattern over and over again, eventually you start to realize it's going to eventually go back to the way it was. So that's not what I would like, and therefore I'm just not going to choose to do that sort of thing. But, yeah, I thought it was funny that a lot of people were really, believing that I was actually going to show up surprise on Monetize This and all that crap. So, but yeah, it's not going to work out, and you know, you gotta realize your sort of limitations. But regardless, let's get back to this.
It's like our bread and butter is Joe, you know. So like when you
You have no bread and butter besides the own fucking job that you walk to every day.
No, I'm saying that's like a good thing. That's like not a negative thing I said about Joe. Like that's like we all came from Joe. Like that's our, you know what I'm saying? So I could see, look, I could see where people would gravitate back to him, like the motherland type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like going back to the motherland, like
Yeah.
it's a natural thing, you know.
I can't stand
I
Joe.
almost need like a Xanax to come on here to like
What?
talk to you and Keith. Holy shit!
Yo, I can't stand I can't stand Joe Cronin's voice.
What?
What?
Wrong with his voice.
Of all the people that you hear, you say him?
Yeah, it's just annoying. It's like nails on a chalkboard now. It's
Have
been
you
that
ever
way.
heard the way you talk?
His voice is
No,
fine.
I don't listen back to the
Keith's
show.
voice. Keith's voice is fire.
Hey
It's like a
everyone,
fire.
it's me, Keith. Don't worry about the list. It doesn't define me.
Oh, Keith has a lisp.
No, the list.
Keith, are you homosexual, Keith?
No.
Hear about that?
Do you have a gay accent?
I do?
So, yeah.
It has to be good.
So the show
no.
really, you
No.
think,
No,
did
I
nothing
don't.
today, guys?
No, like I just so like Travis, and I know he commented on it, but my thing with that is like, dude, like you said, it was cool between you. It wasn't that big of a deal, and then you come onto the show and present it as like fucking evidence to damn Dave.
Yes, and I did get many clips about this, and I know which show it's referring to, but we got to get through this, and this is probably going to be, you know, the majority of it, unless Seth Nega's out there. Hey, wink, wink, nut touch. But no, seriously, I got clips, but I got to play it in context. I don't want like, oh, let's take this clip. Oh, well, this guy's shitting on Dave. He must be bad. It's like, no, I want to hear what built up to that. And like I said earlier, there's been just, again, I'm refreshed because over the last 4 days, I'd say, 4 days, there's been multiple hour streams. And much of that was on me. Now, I don't know the whole context because I've only gotten clips and, you know, timestamps and so forth, but I want to actually hear the entire thing. I want people to hear that entire thing. So I got to get my shit together if I'm going to be reviewing all that extra stuff. But again, I did hear Travis say some saucy things. Very, very saucy. But yeah, that will have to wait until I've got the proper context, not just the clip. Let's continue.
And I'm not saying this as a defense Dave thing right now. Like Dave, you know, Dave can do whatever Dave wants. You know, he broke the fucking bro code. So I you know, but when you guys say all this stuff, it's like, dude, it's all gonna blow over one day. You know, You guys are never gonna like this whole. I'm never talking to who so and so. I'm done with so and so. The only person who sticks to that shit in this community is me. Like the rest of you motherfuckers flip flop back and forth like goddamn trout. It's fucking mind blowing.
Mm.
You said flip flop back and forth like trout.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do. 1 month everybody's cool with Tony, the next month everyone's hating on Dave. 1 month everyone loves Bullfrog. Now
No.
look where Bullfrog's
It's not
at.
that cut and dry.
I mean,
Everyone
kinda
didn't wake
true.
up one morning and just start hating on Dave. Number one, it was
Here's that
Dave
cut and
was setting a pattern about being a prick this whole month.
That's funny. You're sort of repeating certain talking points made by your new boyfriend.
Okay.
because Dave. So I could comment on that. Like,
And it ended with the
like,
Ken and Dave argument. So
because
Yeah, I get-
go ahead, Nikki, go ahead.
no, but Dave, like Ken, and this is nobody looked good on that stream. Like nobody did. Like it was a bad look for everybody.
Mhm.
Like I don't think Dave should have done a drama diner. I think he should have left it alone, and just handled shit behind the fucking scene. Because it's like
behind the scene,
like
man.
like Ken really went at Dave. Like he really went at Dave, and Dave kept his composure. Was really fucking didn't lose his shit about it. Like if anybody would have came on like that with me, it would have been full fucking 9 God. Like,
Yeah,
I'd
but
have been
it would
fuck.
be like, and cut like the real life friendship out, but it'd be like your number one strong.
We'll say this: it does piss people off. We saw that greatly with Joe Cronin, for example, but obviously with C-Man, C them. We gotta recognize his pronouns. Where again, these guys are saying, "Oh, don't get heated. It's YouTube." Was I getting heated? No, certainly not. And Nikki obviously is bringing attention to that. But it's not the first time. It's obviously not the first time. Again, a very entertaining and well documented instance was on Ken's show. Again, Insomniac episode 5, I believe. But yeah, comical. But then again, I think episode 60 of Monetize This also had some of that flavor. So let's continue.
Co-host Mars all of a sudden goes rogue and says, "All right, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna show the fucking DMs, reading them out,
Yeah, but
whatever.
Mars-
It's the same thing. And
Mars
that's
would never
that
do that.
loses all the
Mars-
trust right there.
No,
You were encouraging C-Man. Again, there's only, and it's so funny how this is probably a big portion of the community is that there's a fair amount of hypocrisy where you could be called a liar and you don't respond, but if you prove that you weren't a liar, you're bad. So I find that very comical, and also the fact that YR. It's funny because both C-Man and YR were like scoffing at the idea they didn't plan this. Well, I remember very well that Nikki's going to address this, but we know that these people have had an issue with me, and it's funny even with YR. Rather than come to me, he would just rather jump ship, which goes to show his loyalties. And, we've seen that in the past and stuff. Because he's gone from, and Nikki will say, like, on you were on Dave's shoulder, but you were also you're on C-Man's shoulder, but he's also been on, excuse me, on Scott's shoulder, on Ken's shoulder. So it's, you want a pattern there, see them. Well, your new boyfriend there is clearly shown a pattern of jumping ship quite often and really just going from one attack to the other. But let's continue.
yeah, but you've done
Mars
that.
would never
too,
do
Steve.
that. I get it. No, I never
You
show
have done
DMs.
that.
What?
You have fucking shit.
Now, Nikki, although he hasn't been around for as long as Mars or myself have, is right on this one. This guy has shown private DMs, and he showed them on streams. Now, it's very convenient, and this is, again, what people who lack logic and probably intelligence, like see them, seem to utilize as an argument. It's like, well, if I can't find that video, the proof doesn't exist. Well, there's tons of videos that were deleted. There was some gold that Mars had on his original channel, which he eventually deleted and then started a new one. Well, you have character witnesses that were witness to this, and even somebody like Keith has a fairly good memory. So these things can be referenced, and you might dismiss them because you haven't been around this long, but it doesn't mean they didn't happen. See them.
Can I add one? Go ahead, sorry.
Never show DMs.
You have. You have.
You showed DMs, dude. You sent a fucking DM to me of fucking OMD talking shit about fucking me and fucking before.
Well, yeah, because, it's like that, but not on air to, like,
It doesn't matter, dude.
Not, it's different. It's different. It's different.
But how is that different? Like, you betrayed their trust. It's like, why does everyone here try to betray each other's trust, man?
That's what I would like to know.
Like,
I didn't try to betray anybody's trust. But the fact is, you've got this guy coming in, berating me, claiming that I'm a liar. And, after quite some time, because this has been going on for some time, which just goes to prove that I was correct again about this. But obviously this guy's had it out for me because there was that one time where he tried to call in and I banned him and all that. And it's probably still held on to it. He's admitted that he's been emotionally invested. But it's very clear that this guy, wants me to see me go down just like shit and all these other people, which they're never going to get. And obviously had some sort of intent with this. And, it, just has to speak for itself. That's all.
I thought Dave was your big bad drama emperor all of a sudden. Then now everybody. The one thing I just want to add in quick,
Can any of my guys come in here? I'm getting Wolfpack. Can I get another tag?
How about you just let them talk instead of acting in that manner?
Team partner here.
Nobody's attacking you at all.
Fucking 3-on-1.
We're talking about Dave. The one thing I didn't understand is everybody's going for this belt, right? Everybody's doing one-liners on everybody. He says one thing about Shannon, who, as I knew it, was in the contingency for the belt, and everybody else besides the people in it start getting mad because of what he said. It wasn't Shannon or Ken or Dave. It was everybody else that perpetuated the anger towards it.
No, that's just been building up though. Like that was just the catalyst. Like
no one's holding guns to people's heads when they get angry on YouTube, bro.
I'm saying that it wasn't the three people. I don't think it was the three people.
Shut up, YR. Holding guns to people's heads. This is where you start to see his lies unravel.
People that it happened to. I think it was other people saying things and writing in chats that made it all different.
So
I don't think Ken and Dave and Shannon were all in a war before that. I think it was just the belt talk. People doing promos.
That shit was festering. Ken went off on Dave before.
Well, yeah, I know that, but as far as what was being gone on that night, like...
Real great, my fucking other co-hosts and friends can't fucking back me up here when I'm getting fucking 3-on-1 Wolfpack handicap fucking match.
Well, you're fucking liar.
Fucking hell in a cell over here,
I'll
bro.
make it easier for you. Jesus Christ. Have fun, Nikki. I'll see you around. Jeez.
All right, that's just me, you little fuck. But that's my point. Like I don't like that Dave shed on me for Tony. Okay, I don't like that. Like that shit pissed me off. And if like certain circumstances in my life didn't happen, or in the time that I went to do whatever I was doing, like that shit would have went a real fucking different way.
It's fucked up whether it's real or not, but to the community, everyone's like, the fire crew, NHF crew, they're all best friends, they're all close friends. So when shit like this happens, it is kind of like a shock, bro. It's not normal.
Sometimes people get tired of working together. Sometimes people say, like, I ain't done shit to Dave. Like, Dave, for whatever reason, decided to say fuck me for Tony and decided to say fucking, I'm throwing all these people under the bus for whatever fucking reason.
And do you appreciate, do you think bringing...
I've already explained this, but obviously, again, you can only take being called a liar so long. And we've had people, obviously, in the community who get called a liar one time and they explode with threats of violence and all this sort of thing. I think my reaction was very restrained, to say the least.
Joe on is...
And again, if someone's calling you a liar and then dismissing what you're presenting, which is, well, yeah, some of that information was there, but why are deleted? Oh, that's convenient. It's like, okay, at what point are you, you're obviously trying to put me, and that's what a lot of people don't seem to realize. He was putting me in a catch-22. But I don't believe in no-win scenarios. Okay? So the fact is, oh, I don't believe you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, here's some images that'll prove otherwise. Now, they weren't displayed publicly, so I didn't share those with the public, but I did share them. And I stand by that, and I admit that. But if you're going to call me a liar, and you're going to continually call me a liar, when, unlike others, I don't blow up with all these threats of violence and blah, 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 blah. Well, I think I do stand on a moral high ground, at least in that sense. You can disagree with my actions, but you can't deny what we're seeing. And most importantly is that I got proven correct. Okay, you call me a liar, and I know that I'm not a liar. And not only I defend myself, but I provide you with the evidence that you ask for. You're the one that looks like a fool. I might look crass. I might look, I don't know, figure out a word, type it in the chat. But I'm not incorrect. And what I did was I proved that you're a pussy for calling me a liar because I was able to back it up with actual fact, which obviously upset a few people because it was the truth. So in this respect, it has to be recognized. So let's continue.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that, dude. Like, everyone here shits on everyone and then fucking kisses up to everyone later. It's like, whatever, man. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of, like, shitting on somebody ad nauseum and then fucking, like, then call up and it's like, oh, hey, pal. It's like, then why even talk shit about them? Like, I get they have a history and that's cool. They're going to...
Talking shit is calling people out on shit. That's really what it is.
Do things, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. And I thought, I mean, Dave's got worse shit to worry about than any of this community shit anyway. Because I mean, he for whatever reason decided to talk shit to fucking Victor. And I don't know Victor. I don't know if he's a good guy. I don't know if he's a bad guy. But one thing I know is if you have fucking, you don't beef with somebody that lives where you live.
I'm going to have to disagree with that, Nikki. I'm a free man. I follow the law. And I'm not threatening anybody. Okay? So you can have disagreements over the internet. But, I don't even know where to begin here. It's like, okay, so... Don't mess with people in the same town as you. What do you mean mess with them? Either it's all internet or it's not internet. Like, I'm trying to think of the right words to describe this, but it's just like, what? You think that Victor's going to come and assault me or something? Like, for, again, for a disagreement? Like, okay, and on top of that, like, first of all, I'm not a coward, okay? And I'll have disagreements with people on the internet or in public. But if it gets physical, it gets physical. But I'm not the one instigating anything, nor is the law going to, to disagree with me. But, you can have, okay, in a city like Toronto, where you've got, like, at least in the core, about 2 million, you live at opposite sides of the city. You can't have a disagreement in that same city? What, because our town is smaller than Toronto? That we can't have a disagreement? Okay.
Okay, I
You know?
remember what happened a long time ago.
Notice how Wire is always going to try to, because and Mars is going to, sorry, Nikki is going to call this out multiple times, where he keeps trying to put out this little feeler for Scott to come back to the show, and it's comical. But every time that Keith here tries to bring Scott up with references, and Keith has a surprisingly good memory, to be quite honest. Wire wants to shut him down, so let's listen.
Mark Scotty, he came on video and he said, "Ha ha ha! I know where Devious Dave Rose lives, thanks to Victor."
Yeah, and not only did he do it on video, he sent me the images that were sent to him. So he basically screenshotted Victor's message to him and sent it to me. So he was telling people in multiple different ways that he had Victor working for him, or however you want to word it, okay? But basically, Victor's on his side. He got this from Victor. So he was advertising this publicly and privately, and even to me. So this is something that is factually correct. Keith is remembering this absolutely verbatim as it was. And, this obviously falls upon Scott, who I believe, yes, he made more videos. I believe he addressed this stuff. I don't know if he was watching this stream or maybe it was another stream, but it was like covering Victor versus Dave or something like that. But it was, I think he made 2 videos about that. But I was going to, obviously that was a hors d'oeuvre, appetizer. And now we're up to the main course and stuff. But yeah, so he's referencing this.
Okay. Yeah, but who knows if that's true or not? And
I don't think he said that, Keith. I don't think he
I
said
don't like
that.
the
Did say that.
Also, yes, he did. Also, the big reveal about my my incident there at the grocery store is going to be coming up once it's brought up, okay? I find it hilarious, the shit that's been said about what happened. But hey, I'll address that once that comes along. But yeah, Keith is correct. He is remembering verbatim basically what Skunt said on one of his multiple streams that was deleted.
shit. All right. And I've said before, I'm not a big fan of the real life thing, I mean, but it's not like Dave's fucking innocent in real life stuff.
That is true. I will have to admit that, and I stand by it. And again, I stand accountable.
Like it's not.
Well, yeah, that's what the fuck most of the stream was about today.
Yeah, but
Most people, I guess, people don't get the point.
Yeah, but the problem with that, no, see here, my problem with that is you were a little fucking shitter, like sitting on Dave's shoulder like a little fucking imp for a while.
There it is. There it is. Like an imp. But we saw this before with Scott. He was doing this with Scott. He was Scott's imp. Then he tried to, move on to Ken, and he was, I guess, to a certain extent. And then, he tried it with Joe. It didn't work very well. Did it with me. He's now on to C-Man. Who knows what the future will bring to him?
A lot of the stuff Dave did. Like
Yeah, but this go around, especially the whole Ken Dave argument. I mean, I can't stand by that.
Argument, those two should have fucking handled it themselves offline. Like they should have handled it behind the scenes. That should not have been aired in broadcast. That should not have happened. Because if it would have been handled offline, it would have been completely fucking different.
Yeah, but they knew they were live, and I tried to stop the show.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you didn't try to stop shit, you lying little fuck.
Well, I said I stopped the show, and he was like, "You stopped the show," and it wasn't like, yeah, they didn't like leave or nothing either. So I didn't force them to be on.
I don't know, man. Just like listening to it.
Is that a Dave Rose level excuse?
Even you, man, you do this shit where you like find somebody's fucking lap to sit on and you start talking shit to everyone. It drives me nuts. I wish you'd just stand on your own 2 feet, man. Like I wish you would have just said, I'm going to do what I want with who I want whenever I want.
He's basically master of Master Blaster from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
and not do this constant.
It's got the sickly body, and he sits in a little carriage behind the body of, mentally, I don't know, divisive person. Because it's always been divisive. It's always, whether it be, whether it be Scott, whether it be me, whether it be Ken, whether it be C-Man, definitely divisive, definitely galvanizing. That would be a proper word for that. So, he knows how to pick his what's that fucking word? His bandwagons. There we go. Let's continue.
Bowing down to this fucking person.
I broke the chains. I'm standing on.
Shut the fuck up. You put those chains on yourself, you fucking idiot. I didn't ask for this fucking level of reverence that you provided. And you were totally fine with it. You're like, oh, I'm your drama general, and I can do all these things. And Dave, come protect me against these people. And come on, Ken.
No, you're standing on fucking C-Man's shoulders.
There we go.
Break no fucking chains. If C-Man wasn't around, you wouldn't say shit. You'd still be shackled to fucking Rose's bed.
Which also brings up a great point, which is like, I know that I've tried to help YR try to straighten up. And, especially with recommending doing fishing streams or, the music stuff I encouraged him on as well. But, stuff that would sort of keep him on the straight and narrow. And obviously, he doesn't recognize that, for one. But thinks that that was, some sort of method of control. Like, if we had this relationship where it was, hey, I'm trying to help you out with these videos, would you not think that he'd be able to say, hey, Dave, I don't agree with you on this or this? No, it was never. It was. So who's the real coward in this one?
You would. And I don't, dude, I've been vocal on what I agree with and don't agree with what Dave does.
Very much.
But like this whole we're gonna exodus Dave, we're not like.
No, it's not like that. It's just we could choose who we, if we want to continue associating with people. Like, it's just a headache all the time.
But you will again. You will again. And to say you won't is disingenuous because you will.
I don't agree with that.
Motherfucker, even like the whole, that thing, it's like how, like, I think this all blow over. Like, I mean, how many times has people gone back and forth to being cool as fucking Scott? How many people, fucking Tony, for fuck's sake.
YR.
Has Dave done anything as bad as them? Like, I don't like comparing Dave to Scott. Because those are two very different people in what they have done to people in this community. Do I agree with all of Dave's tactics? No. I despised what he did to Bullfrog. But
and he was very vocal about it, privately and publicly. So that is the question that should befall upon your ears, dissenters, is that if you dissented so much, then why didn't you pull a Nicky Nines and let me know?
Complicit in that also because you paid him to torture Bullfrog.
Well, it's different though.
Well, moving on. How about that local sports team, right, Wire?
No.
Oh, that is not different. Because you distinctly did it to punish him because he called Tony.
Yeah, but Bullfrog knows the difference between me and Dave, though. I still talk to Bullfrog till this day. Like friends.
But
so you're a rat then. So basically you're a two-faced rat. So you say one thing to one person and you do something with another person. I see.
Bullfrog know better. Like, if you ever did any shit like that to me, dude, I'd fly down to the fucking fishing pond in fucking Texas and drown you in that.
Pay Rose to do a show on you?
No, I'm saying, like, if I would, like, in those circumstances where, like, you tried to get him to go at me and make me feel like, I'm a fucking, developmentally disabled adult, and you decided to fucking just torment me like that, I'd have fucking took all my card strength, dude, and fucking chucked you into the sun. Like, it's just... people, you've done scummy things here, Wire. Like everyone has.
Extremely. Not everyone, Nikki. Not everyone. There's a big difference, and Wire's done some very bad things.
And it's just weird for everyone to sit here and say, well, Dave's the fucking enemy, and the whole tide turn against him shit. It's like y'all motherfuckers were cheering it on when it was happening before.
There we go. There's that point that I was referencing earlier. And obviously it will be, Wire will attempt to deny said facts, but Mickey Nine's quite astute, very knowledgeable, and clearly does see that, yes, it's been coming for quite some time. And obviously I knew it, but I like to allow things to play out. But again, I don't expect people to understand the method to my madness, which leads to situations like this. But whether it be 1 month or 1 year sail away, the truth eventually comes free. So let's continue.
Like you were. Like every single one of you were fucking cheering it on. Like, yeah, get him. Dave has been the same way in this. You said it was tongue in cheek, but it's true. Dave's been the same way the entire time in this community.
You hear that? See them? You hear that? See them? That's called Mr. Consistent. Do you hear that? Mr. Consistent. Okay, so if that is correct, perhaps the plethora of other things that I've said in regards to myself are also correct. But that's the translation of that. Mr. Consistent.
Has he changed?
Listen to how dejected Wire sounds now.
No.
I gotta hear that again. It was delicious.
Same way in this. You said it was tongue in cheek, but it's true. Dave's been the same way the entire time in this community. Has he changed?
No.
I gotta do it one more time. Shout out to Ken.
Like every single one of you were fucking cheering it on. Like, yeah, get him. Dave has been the same way in this. You said it was tongue in cheek, but it's true. Dave's been the same way the entire time in this community. Has he changed?
No.
Like a symphony, see them. Like a symphony. Delicious and beautiful, all at the same time. Let's continue.
So what is it now? Is because he followed Ken?
Yes, that's exactly why. But that sort of insight isn't allowed, Mr. Nines. It's too intelligent, and obviously takes away from the narrative that Rose Man bad. Are we going to go with that one? I guess we could. Okay.
I think it's just kind of complicated, Dave and Ken thing. It's not that like.
It's like you're mad at him for fighting with Ken.
Well, nah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. You actually started at first, YR, with the like, oh, I can't believe that Ken allowed Dave to say this about his wife and stuff. And then like he came onto your show. Ken came onto your show. He's like, she wanted to defend herself, and I wanted to say something, but she wanted to do it herself, and that was it. But no, you wanted to start the shit, YR. Now it should be becoming clear. See them, that little imp on your arm. You gotta sort of keep control of them.
It's like, what if you're in Ken's shoes and like you held it in and you just try to make it work, after the whole wife stuff and all that,
Ken should have handled it offline. I like Ken. I get along with Ken. Ken's a great guy. Ken gets emotional sometimes, and he fucking lets it out. And there's nothing wrong with emotions, and not like criticize him like that. But he'll fucking blow up, man. He does. He has a fucking temper. He should have handled it offline. Because all it did was help feed into all this bullshit, which is just gonna cycle and keep going on back and fucking.
YR is just like gripping his hands, and he's just like nodding happily. It's like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
Or, and for me, it's just like, I guess it's better than listening to fucking Dave talk about Tony, but it's, I don't know, man, it's sad. Like, I didn't want any of the shit to break out like this, Like, I've got along with Dave, but Dave did things that now it's like, well, we got nothing to fucking say to one another. You know?
I mean, if I had Tony on the show and you wanted to call in like you wanted to, I would bring you on. Is that what happened? Like, you wanted to call in while Tony went on, and Dave was like, "Oh, fuck off," or something?
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't want to talk to Tony, and I don't want to fight with Tony. There's like a reason why if I ever talked about Tony, it was like a one and done show, like once in a while, because it's just not my thing to go back and forth with Tony. You know, you should have never fucking sold him out on your show.
I agree there as well.
You know, or you should have gave him a temporary break to let him go away for a while.
Mm.
You know, or some shit like that, because you liked, or I don't know if you still do, I don't know if you talk to Tony, but you get along with him in some capacity.
All right.
You know, and like that perpetuated a lot of this shit.
Yep.
Like, I don't forgive anything Tony's done. Like, I don't think Tony's the worst person in the world, but he's done a lot of stupid shit.
True.
I don't know why he's done it. And my reason for always saying he was done is because the guy kept doubling down and kept going harder and harder. And it's like, what the fuck? You know, I don't want to hate Tony, but you guys handled it poorly. It's like motherfuckers in the studio don't have people skills. Like, nobody here has.
What about
people skills?
Tone deaf? You think people are tone deaf to some things too?
Well, yeah, people ignore things. When you get along with people, you ignore things because you get along with them. When you have your friendships, your friends aren't always going to do everything you agree with. Mars and I don't agree with everything we do in our life.
I will interject and state that if there's an issue with me, then those people need to come to me to tell me that. And I could range from Joe Cronin, Jesse J, Tommy C, Dead on Dave, Ken, Mars, Nikki, YR. I mean, on and on and on. Very few have come to me and voiced their opinions. Nikki has, but not in everything. But it's just comical that excuse is used, where certain things are assumed, but yet nobody's telling you them. You know, nobody is coming to you privately and trying to speak to you. Or when you do, they're not as receptive, let's say.
But we're friends. You know? See, you look the other way and shit. Like, if Dave ever did anything completely fucked up that I thought was bad Scott level, you don't think I would have said something? Like, I would have.
He would have.
I would have been like, Dave, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Well, he did that with the bullfrog thing.
I know.
You know,
True.
Like when he did the bullfrog shit, I said something. When he talked about getting Tony stuff, I'm like, hey, that's not cool. Don't do it.
That's true.
So
too.
are you maybe saying that C-Man overreacted on this whole thing?
Listen to YR again trying to fucking stir shit up. Steer it up. Ooh, darling, steer it up.
And others?
I just don't understand like the fucking point of it, because I thought you guys said the thing that you said the other day. You know, the only
Well, it didn't just have to do with like personal info, whatever. It not just the promo stuff, and it's just a lot of things, bro. You know.
Well, I get
It's a lot of things that I never approached Dave on, and you know, now I'm just piling on. Don't wolfpack me, but I need an army to attack Dave for grievances that I've had, but I just couldn't voice because I'm just such a pussy.
Well, if y'all are, I mean, I just don't see how it's going to stop with one string. Like the one thing I will say that came out of that I thought was worthwhile was the fact that Dave did double down and actually sold people out by name. You know, it's like what?
I don't agree with that term. I would say stood firm, and when called a liar, eventually decided to prove that he wasn't. It's as simple as that.
What the fuck, dude? Like, why?
Right.
Like, why?
At what point do you draw a line when it comes to your self-respect, really? And especially for someone like Simo. Sorry, C-Man. See them. Sorry, that's the proper pronoun. You know, when do you draw the line with that? Especially when, you know, he's stating things that are like total lies and yet encouraging revealing this information. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Dude, why would you do that to people that have been good to you?
Okay, so Dickie Nines in the chat says, but you didn't have to mention people who mentioned you. C-Man was demanding it. He would dismiss anything that I was presenting. And again, if C-Man wanted to see this, I could have shown it privately, or he could have taken my word. But again, okay, you can have your grievance about me breaking trust. I'll accept that argument. Okay, but we're still in the middle of an argument here. Somebody who's challenging me, who is specifically saying that I'm lying, and then when the proof comes out that proves them a liar and totally factually incorrect, I'm the bad guy. So what would you suggest? That I just allow him to just create these narratives that are based on total fallacy to continue to perpetuate because he gets emotionally invested and as such should be allowed to continue to spout lies. Meanwhile, Ken, for example, Joe, and I'm sure many, many others, if called a liar, would respond within one video. Not wait, few days to respond, but actually retaliate or react in an emotional manner on a video. So I think there's a big difference there with that. Let me go back to the chat here. Let's see. A lot of comments. Okay, so Nikki Nine says, but you didn't have to mention... Oh, I mentioned that. He also says, hell, I didn't even call you a liar. I said I don't remember doing that. No, but I wasn't talking about you. Says, and if I did ask you about Scott, it was for defense. I didn't ask you to bring that up. The Goon says, Nicky is pretty solid on his explanation and why I lost a lot of my short-lived support with Steve and the Cora fat jokes this morning. I didn't hear those, I guess. I don't believe this stream is from this morning. Nicky Nine says, but that's the point. I just feel it shouldn't have been shown. But I never challenged you, and neither did a few of the people that you named. Then he says, if you wanted to bring up the people who challenged you, then do that or take it to them offline, or just keep it to them and don't toss everyone down that had nothing to do with them calling you out. Well, I admitted this the other day. If I could have, could I have handled this situation better? Yes, I admitted this. Again, Nikki, I don't expect you to have. Maybe I'll just take that clip and publish it. But I talked about this on my stream. I'm fully justified. That's the bottom line. I'm fully justified, regardless of what people want to think. I'm fully justified. Why? Because people have done a lot more immediately after being called a liar than I have. So if you want to talk about an arbiter of morality, see them, or Scunty, then you can point to me, because I can hold off and I can address things in a mature manner. Let me just wet my whistle. But being called a liar and holding back and eventually proving that person to be factually incorrect is morally justified, because, like I said, many other people have exploded at the simple mention that they might be a liar. So my reaction, my response, by even proving that I'm correct, is justified and is morally correct. Does it upset people? Yes, I know. Could it have been handled differently? Yes, I've admitted this. But are we going to ignore everyone and hold me, of all people, to a higher standard compared to everyone else? Sorry, I don't think so. Seaman took that crown. He's the emperor now. And I'm just a, typical civilian. Let's get back to the chat here. Danimal says, I was disappointed with the reading of DMs. It was a bad look, but I get you wanted to prove that you weren't lying. It all could have been handled in private. Yes, absolutely. And I admit that as well, is that it wasn't a good look. But you know what? What's a worse look is being a cuck coward, allowing for a whippersnapper little shit like See Them to call me a liar and not prove them wrong. Okay? If you were put in the same position, I'm sure that you probably would do exactly what I would do. Because again, this guy, as even Nikki addressed, they've had it out for me for some time, and YR the coward saw it as a quick way out from my supposed yoke of emperorship. So yeah, and this wasn't like a conspiracy. I saw this, heard this clip the other day. I want to play it in context, but he said basically that if Dave Rose thinks that, and actually Travis talked about this too, if Dave Rose thought that Seaman was, doing this big plan, he must be so smart, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we know that he's been gunning for me for quite some time, that he doesn't like me, and that he's wanted to, dissuade me, I guess, from doing certain things or saying certain things. And you can hear this. He admitted this in his video that he got emotionally invested. YR's video, I believe. The one with Ken. Got emotionally invested in this sort of thing. It becomes very clear what the situation is. And he also shows a lack of understanding when it comes to logic and so forth. So it becomes a challenge when it comes to trying to convey certain, information to him. Now, let's get back to this clip here.
Like what? Like I don't get that shit. It can't be because I know a lot of times Dave said, "Oh, I'm on my own," or I'm like, what's a fucking character's name?
Baltimore.
Deadpool. He's like Deadpool, so he does his own thing, but that's not true because Dave always calls everyone streaming. Dave enjoys.
As of late, but the fact is that in the past I've literally done things on my own. So just because that hasn't happened in a long time doesn't mean. Again, I haven't sailed away in a long time, but every time I do my own thing. And yeah, some people come, some people don't. But I keep on keeping on.
Enjoys interacting with people.
It is fun, but it's not really necessary. I mean, I can literally talk to myself doing Kerbals and shit. So it's not really necessary.
And people, for the most part, enjoy having Dave interact with them, and all any of this does.
That is true. Even when I've done my sailaways and people knew that, if they were known to be conversing with me, and this is absolute fact, that they would have a target on their head so that they would want me to keep it private and not mention that I'd been speaking to them and all that. But it's happened every single sailaway.
This has killed shit like that.
Mm.
Like one of the reasons why I even did the stream, like bringing you back, was because for the good of the community. Because it's like, dude, it kills content. Because everybody here.
Goon, I'm actually addressing. Well, first of all, you're defending him a little too much when the clips that I've heard had some very petty arguments of their own. We're going to have to cover that at some point in the future because I don't think I'll be able to get through all that unless Seth Negan's around. Cough, cough, wink, wink. Hi, Sid. Hi. But well, the fact is that he said worse. But more importantly, what I'm doing with that sort of comment is I'm speaking about life experience. So, I remember graduating high school, and there was a kid who just got in there. And, I was gearing myself up to go into IT. This kid could literally fucking program assembler. Now, if you don't know what that is, you know, sorry. The only way I can explain it to you is you're literally writing in machine code and you're regulating things like voltage with simple, bits and bytes, writing certain numerals and such in that format. It takes a special type of brain. So I've experienced people who were younger than me that were beyond more intelligent than I was. And I certainly recognize that. But when it came to, say, driving, I was obviously at that point clearly capable than this kid. It's simple observation. Let's continue.
Something to listen to.
Do you?
And everyone, something.
Are you glad he brought me back?
Oh fuck no! You're a miserable little cunt.
You think I caused problems ever since then?
I mean, you do what you do. I mean, you're real
You always plan, don't you?
it in. You're not what you were when I first knew you. You used to talk a lot of shit.
Mm.
Like you used to tell me to tread lightly and pack it. I'm like, who the fuck is this little motherfucker? Like I remember when I first came in, you tried flexing on me. I'm like, this what? I'm like, this mother. And also, all this stuff is just internet. Like this stuff is just internet, and that's why like I have fun with it and don't overly take it for what it is. There's not a single fucking person in this community who would say shit to me like they say on here to my face. Dave would never talk to me in the way he talks to people on here or shit he said to me to my face. It just would never happen. Nope.
Well, because you've not earned that sort of scorn, but I mean, if it gets so heated and I do so, it is possible. What happens afterwards, well, who knows? But, I mean, I do have a big mouth, and, I don't have to fucking, discuss things like Danny CTE. But I've also, I don't know, found it fun to sort of verbally spar with people in real life because it's fun, whether it be in real life or on the internet. But I don't know. Maybe in Vegas that works where everyone carries a gun, but I don't know. Nikki, come on, man.
Nobody would. So I don't stress that. And I can differentiate the two.
No, see, if I met Scott, I don't know. It'd be difficult for me even to hold my composure. But I know that how he would react, which would be to be physical, which means I just have to be ready for it and, prepare to tussle and so forth. But, I mean, I don't know where to start or end.
Like I have a happy life, for the most part. And I just come here to have fun, man. And I enjoy a lot of the people here. And we'll see what comes of this. Hopefully shit simmers down. But I will reiterate what I said again, man. Fucking watch who you trust with what you say.
Nikki, the fight was not between Ken and Dave. Dave called out 12 other people for asking him information. That's why Ken called in and mentioned Nikki and Mars as well.
No, I know that. I don't. That is like a neg for me. It's like, Dave, you shouldn't, like, whatever. Like, I don't remember asking him for anything about fucking Scott whatsoever. But maybe I did. And if I did, that's like a completely different fucking situation than it. I mean, like, we're talking about a dude who tried to fuck with everybody's life.
Well, which is what Seaman refuses to accept. And, at least Nikki's being honest. I don't remember. Okay, well, I do have a good memory, and I do remember. And I could search these screenshots up, but then apparently, I can't even share them in private because, oh no, blah, blah, blah. But you see, catch 22 sort of thing. But, what Nikki's talking about, is addressing what people are sort of misconstruing.
Repeatedly over and over and over.
And yeah, C-Man or C-Them ignores this sort of testimony. Again, Nikki hasn't even been around for that long, and he's witnessed enough to be able to say these things, and well, it's totally, everyone knows it.
Like over and over and over, who've been given chance after chance. If I want a way to protect myself, file a police report or call up immigration, so he's not trying to fuck with me.
Hold on. I see a message in the chat from the goon. It says, nope. Hold on. He says, I heard no examples of life experiences to back your arguments with past social conflicts on calls with C-Man. That's a very ambiguous statement. Like, how do I put this? You've challenged me at least in regards to responding, but I have to disagree with that because we see this from the lack of knowledge when it comes to, say, debate or logical discussion. Okay, so that does come from experience in life, experience in just this community, experience in knowing what Skunty did. He continues, the goon continues, says, nope, C-Man stated on YR show that he understands actions taken against Skunt were necessary to deal with such an evil. Well, if that was what happened, it's not on this show. I'm moving backwards. And then the goon says, wow, past goon, you remember things. Aren't you a clever cookie? No, that's my gimmick. Thank you very much.
My wife did not.
And again, I remember things too, goon. Remember things that almost verbatim when I go back to the chat and I find them and then I show people that I remember them verbatim, I get in trouble, right? So, rules for thee, not for me, sort of thing.
I want, that would be my...
Again, you can question my intelligence, you can question my memory all you want, but when I prove you wrong, don't have a tantrum in the cereal aisle, please.
reasoning. But that's between me and Dave, and I'm not a big fan of sharing. And after Dave did that, like I've told him other things, like about me that nobody knows, like other than a choice few people here. And it's like, is he going to tell people about that shit?
Well, unfortunately, you're misguided there, Nikki. The fact is that this was in regards to Skunt. Okay, that is what I was, slandered on. That was what was lied about me. And I was addressing the Skunt issue. That's it. But I stand by my actions, and I stand by the repercussions of said actions. So, c'est la vie.
It's like, dude, it sucks, man, to get along with somebody, and I try to treat people how I see the world, and I'm generally an okay person. I try to, like, if I'm friends with you, I'm good to you. You can trust me with everything, but it sucks, man, because now it's not going to happen.
But also, let's just remember, is also Ken called me a liar on that stream. And he's like, nope, that didn't happen. You're a liar. You're a scumbag, blah, blah, blah. That, that really sort of precipitated things because C-Man was there as well. And, I proved that I wasn't a liar to someone who claimed that I was a friend and, called me a liar. And, we've seen how he's reacted in the past, being called that. But, once I proved that I was correct, then the walls of Jericho fell, right? So I guess it's worse to be proven a liar than called one? I don't know.
Or like, I'm not going to have mind Dave.
But we a lot of people, a lot of people seem to ignore that, especially trolls like YR, where again, it's just it's challenging to find the right words to actually explain this, because it's so infantile, at least with its logic. But let's continue.
Conversations anymore. Just mild stuff about fucking. Because Dave the character on here is different.
Smug Canadians, is it canceled?
I mean, it's been.
I love how Wire again trying to stir the pot, as always.
The funny fucking part about that is that was actually before any of that shit happened. Tony, I was going to talk to Dave about doing a Smug Canadians, but I wanted to change it where we talked about the fucking like Canadian news, but yeah. I wanted to do it the Devious Me and Me 9 God shit and just completely do something like that because I thought that would have been more fun.
Right.
But yeah, it's dead. I mean, it was fun and I had fun with it, but it's what it is, man. Nothing lasts forever. Again, as I said, man, Dave's got fucking bigger problems than fucking any of this bullshit because, I don't know, man. I don't know why the fuck you want to evict it. I was like, okay.
Why?
Why? Well, because when somebody has access to your real life in any capacity, like, they live around each other. You're going to have to see this fucking person.
Oh, you're talking about the victim.
Yeah, but I mean, what's it gonna be, Nikki? Hey, Dave, fuck you. Hey, Victor, fuck you. Okay. I mean, you get probably worse relationships between, neighbors who want a different fence or some shit.
This situation.
Yeah.
Now we all get like. Dave's, kind of a prick online, blah, 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 kind of an asshole, a little tone deaf. But the story that Victor tells us when he saw him in the grocery store.
Here we go.
That he was complaining to the manager that the stock associate, the stock boy, was stocking groceries on the items on the shelf. The thing that he is hired to do, stalker. An actual food stocker, not a stalker. He was complaining to the manager that he was in the way in the aisle stocking. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's like fucking saying. That's like. I don't know if you put the basket not in the cart area. You just put it next to the thing, and someone comes up to you like a stranger and complains, or like that's like one of those mask people that complain that you're not wearing masks, bro.
Yeah.
You know what they call those people?
Yeah, but I don't.
Karens.
Yeah, but.
All right, so let's get to this, boppers. Victor rightfully says in Wire's chat, Dave said this himself on the stream later that night, called himself a Karen. I certainly did. Now, this was about, I think it was January. No, it was probably February or March 2020. So we just got into the whole big COVID thing. It was all crazy. Like people were like just buying all this toilet paper, all this sort of shit. All right. Now, at this point, I didn't know exactly if we were dealing with like some sort of Ebola type disease or what we got, obviously, now. So in this aisle, where in the middle is where I needed to get the stuff, you have these two carts of these stalkers that are basically blocking a single cart from going through. And like there's literally a lineup of like, I'd say 8 people on either side trying to go through. So it becomes impossible. So I go around multiple times around the aisle, try to pick up other stuff. And it ends up being that, like, there's no way to get into that aisle. And, it was just fucking, like, the whole like, a lot of people were recommending at this point, get in and out of these closed areas as quick as possible. Because you don't know what kind of transmission there is. And, the social distancing, all that crap. So again, the whole issue is like I want it to be, I was good for the most part, during this whole pandemic crap, where you can go in and out fairly quickly, buy your stuff, stay away from people, and just ensure that you can not be in there. And they were even putting up signs saying like, please don't loiter, like just get your stuff and get out. And yeah, my dad was at home. I had to get that shit and I had to fucking get back home. And it was fucking ridiculous. This is the same place where my dad actually took a big spill on a bunch of fucking cardboard boxes that these dumb stalkers left on the fucking floor. It's just like, look, I pay enough for the fucking groceries, so I'm not going to pay for gross incompetence. And with this sort of stuff, especially considering the time that it happened, I have no problems admitting that I looked or sounded like a Karen. Guess what? These people are incompetent. I don't give a fuck if they're untrained, understaffed, stalkers, shelf stalkers. There's simple logic that comes, especially when you're stocking shelves and you're surrounded by, 8 carts on either side trying to get through. Nobody's that stupid. And if you are, you shouldn't be stocking shelves. But no, that's a big deal, apparently. That's a big deal. Not that I was able to literally figure out exactly where Scott lived based on photos and sun and, angles of shadows. But no. It's Dave Rose was a Karen one time and admitted it. And publicly admitted it. But hey, let's continue.
But I don't care about that. That's Dave shit with that dude. Like I don't see Dave's life. I know Dave is.
And that was the first time I ever went Karen. To be quite honest, that's what I mentioned as well. It's just like, shit, man. Like, I'd never fucking bothered to say, like, look, buddy, this is your place. This is your franchise. Look, you can't be having this shit going on, especially now during the pandemic. You're causing these fucking slowdowns and shit, and you're putting up signs saying get in and out as quick as possible. Like, you got to be aware of this stuff. Like, I get it. People are offended when I point out something that could be improved. I've noticed that quite a lot, actually. It's called constructive criticism for most, but for many others, it's some sort of destructive criticism. But hey, words hurt, right? Let's continue.
Stressed. I know Dave's not stressed. Why?
Yeah, but that tells us, a parade storm cloud rain cloud person and someone that just nitpicks about everything. I mean, some people don't want to be around that shit anymore. It's like, bro, and he's really like that in real life, like the grocery store situation. It's like, who would want to be around someone like that?
They should make a meme.
And number two, real quick, Keith, number two, obviously not now, but why not 2, 3, 4 years ago, since they do live in the same town, why aren't they hanging out and shit? Like, and all that. Like, why don't they?
I won't have to say anything. Victor calls in later and explains this himself, so we'll let his words say.
I know people have lives and people have responsibilities, but it's like, I mean.
Then why did it take you years to get together with fucking Dr. Earl when I told you should do some fishing or something? And he's like, he doesn't like fishing. I'm like, well, why don't you guys just get together, play some guitar? Well, I don't know.
And that tells me maybe Dave doesn't know how to keep or have or get or find friends. Thank you.
But I don't. Go on.
Okay. So they should have a meme about like Dave in the grocery store, and it would say, "Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way!"
Fuck.
Come on, Keith. All right, go ahead. Kathy.
No, like I get that, but I'm not going to judge Dave off of secondhand information. Like maybe he was stressed, maybe he was going through something. I don't know Dave's like the in and outs of his life and everything he has to deal with, so I'm not going to judge him over a secondhand thing. I know Dave online, and then I know Dave when we talk, like when we talk behind the scenes. And Dave and I, when we talk behind the scenes, is very pleasant. Can have a conversation, shoot the shit, talk about stuff, talk about life, talk about family, stuff like that. And it's simple, it's cool.
We get that, but when you're wearing the corset in the community, it's like you're in a tight spot there, literally.
Well, that's what he has to deal with. You know, I mean, I'm not saying poor Dave and any of this. Dave did all this shit to himself. You know, this isn't fucking anyone else's bad. I didn't make Dave do any of the things he didn't. No one did. You know, and he, but you know, it'll move on. It doesn't last forever.
First donation screen of the night. Hi, Shid. Hi.
Nikki
You know,
Knight.
but
Maybe I shouldn't say it.
I never
Well,
forgot
I'll
about
say-
you, Shid.
Well,
Okay, I remember Mark Scunty was
All
live
right.
on Vic-
See, he's trying to shut him down.
no, we don't need to go there.
Okay.
We
what?
get it. We know.
Oh.
Listen, we've heard all the cake stories, and we could hear. We get it. We know.
I don't have anything to say about
Yeah,
that.
it's like
Any more than like mentioning past stuff. I don't.
It's about Victor. It's about Victor.
like. Go ahead.
Then go ahead.
Yeah. Now I got your address saved thanks to Victor.
Okay,
I don't
you
think
said
he
that.
said that. I don't think he said that.
Of course, anything to swing your narrative, but yes, he did. I've also got the screenshots of him sending that to me and outing Victor as being the one who did it, which is how I contacted Victor.
I saw him say that.
No.
Well, maybe, but what's he gonna do with it? Ain't nothing he can do with it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, man. I mean,
Could send me shitty pizza. There's a lot of shitty pizza places around here.
I don't know, man. Like, I wish we had community street beefs. You know,
Mm.
but just let people fucking box it out. Because I guarantee you, if people boxed it out, they would fucking get over it. Like, that's a big part of the problem is no one here could fucking beat on each other, so you don't get that like animosity out. Who's the first person you would fucking try to take out in a community street beef?
Extreme Shaft.
Nobody.
Nobody? You wouldn't fight?
I
Nobody?
wouldn't participate in that. And I have never gotten a fight ever.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
Nikki Nines
I
has
don't know.
never gotten a fight either, right, Nikki Nines?
Never. Dude, I'm telling you, if anybody in this community would be you, Wire, you little
Why?
fuck. I just to put you in the fucking rack. Literally to lift your little ass up and put you. I wouldn't even have to fucking like put you in a full rack. I could rack you over just one shoulder. Like that'd be fun. But I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what happens from here. You know, if he goes back to fucking Joe, whatever, man.
We'll be reviewing that if that happens.
No.
Just a message to everyone in the chat. Scott Scunty has been busy. He's made a couple of videos. He's obviously watching. Apparently, he made one on Fest Love. We'll review that in a bit. But let's continue.
But we'll see where it goes, man. Like hopefully Victor's cool about shit and doesn't try fucking with Dave in any way in real life. Like I hope you don't, Victor. You know, I hope you just fucking let it lie. Because you know who gives a shit, dude? It's just fucking internet stuff. But I know at the end of the day, like I'm gonna focus on shit with fucking me and Mars. And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do our stuff, man. We're gonna talk about whatever we fucking talk about, you know.
Yeah, I listened to Midweek Mayhem for the second time this morning.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I was just looking for something to listen to.
I don't know, because it's not fucking 8 hours long, dude. It's easier to digest when it's only like an hour. Like you do that shit too, motherfucker. Don't even do that shit.
I don't
to
plan on
real
those
shit.
long ass shows though. I don't plan on that. It just happens.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird. Listen, I would take back that last show. There's a lot of other shows, those big shows we do that I'm proud of, but the Ken and Dave one, I'm not too proud of that. So.
Well, I mean, it happens, dude. Like, what do you want? That nothing lasts forever, man. And I will say this: after working with Ken is real easy to work with. Ken's a good dude. Like Ken takes care of his fucking co-host. You know, I enjoyed working with. I didn't enjoy Friday Night Fire, but that was more just because you know fucking Dave and Ken on the same. It's too much for me.
Right.
And but like I enjoyed working with Ken. I enjoyed the shit out of No Hard Feelings with him, man. Like Ken's a good dude, and he's generally a happy guy, and he gets along with everyone. Like I'm a Ken fan, man, and I always got Ken's back. I trust Ken. When I say that, watch who you trust. I trust Ken.
After what he said on that stream, interesting.
I trust him to always do the right thing by me and never do anything to fuck with me or mine. And that's the same for Ken. Like I'll never, like if he does something I don't agree with, I'll say it, but I will never try to fuck with Ken. Ken's a good dude.
Yeah.
And Ken and Dave, man. I mean, hopefully they could at least walk away from it, But Ken was good to fucking Dave.
I think it was very good to Ken too.
Yeah.
Ken was real fucking good to Dave. I don't think Ken's been bad to anyone he's worked with on.
No.
No.
So I mean, it's up to you. Are you got to take the mantle, dude? You got to take over Friday Night Fire now.
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll figure something out.
Fucking right.
Yo, we need YR on Friday Night Fire.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Thank you. I don't know, man. I mean, the stream today was the stream today, I mean, I don't think it did much of anything.
Who did a stream today? Oh yeah, the
Oh my
Grayson.
God.
I remember the Grayson. Haha.
Haha.
Sorry, my bad.
Fucking.
Haha.
So, what are your plans from here? I mean, it feels like the end of an era right now. What are your plans, Fire?
I'm waiting on Mars and fucking Nikki Nines to go live tonight.
Yeah, well, me too.
Or tomorrow morning.
Oh, fuck, one day. So eventually. Eventually we will.
Hear
But,
your opinion about Will Smith.
Wesley, 1.5 times speed engage.
I don't know. He gives a shit.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a special guest trying to call in.
All right.
I'm in the mood for love. Did you hear that I was on the Sirius XM today? I called in
No, I didn't.
to a music show. Yeah, told about did a concert report on Prince Priest.
Is it Viking?
No, like it's a Sirius XM. Oh, you talking about a person coming in? No, Victor.
All right.
Victor, which we go back. I mean, ever since my career on YouTube.
Okay, because I was going to be Vikings. For some reason, fucking he sent me some fucking message about Vikings. Tell everyone I'm going to go live in the next 72 hours.
Yeah, I saw that. What did he ever go live?
No, he sent that to me today. So like 72 hours. That's like 3 days later.
That's just such a fucking Vikings thing to see, dude. Like, I'm going to go live in the next 75 hours or 72 hours. It's like, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Victor. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing tonight?
Welcome to the forum.
Very nice to be here. Very nice to be here.
Now, are you going to be another guy that comes on the show and shits on the Gray Zone show from today, or did you like that show?
I liked it. I tuned in a little bit late, but I liked it. I mean, it got a lot of the stuff that I said yesterday off, but more calm.
Right.
So it was very nice to hear it. But yeah, Nikki, I don't want anything to happen to Dave in real life. We had a problem 3 years ago, and we squashed it, I thought, but he wanted to bring me up and say that I maybe shared information with Scott, which had the police called to his house.
But we know that he did share that information with Scott. And when that information was submitted to the police, they did whatever they do. I'm not saying that it was him, and I made this clear previously. I didn't say Victor was saying, oh, here's his address, here's his actual location, go get him. Never said that. But just to be honest, without revealing too much for Scunty there, who's watching, is that there are ways to extrapolate locations from images.
In the chat, I was like, nope, didn't do shit. So yesterday I get on with YR. I'm a little upset, not because of him saying this, but because of him going on the drama diner and doubling down that I'm a liar and I got police called to his place.
Okay.
And I didn't have 7 hours to watch that and wait for him to not even address it, which he never got to it. He got to the first clip, but he didn't get to Shannon and Ken talking to him again.
It was a long show.
So I don't want nothing to do with Dave. Haven't in 3 years.
You hear that, YR? He doesn't want anything to do with me. And I don't want anything to do with him, especially since he started off as a Skunt fan. So, and I told that to him from the beginning. So, while you're trying to push it, well, Puppet Master confirmed.
I don't watch his stuff. He can do what he does.
That doesn't necessarily get proven correct because later on you're going to admit that you did see a few things on my channel. But plus, you also admitted that you saw some parts of the drama diner.
What I do want is an apology. Like I apologized to him when I fucked up. He fucked up, so he can apologize to me. And then everything can be back to the way it was. I see you, I see you. Hey, Dave.
But I don't understand where you think I fucked up. When not only do we have Keith, who remembers, but many others, and the screenshots where it proves that you did send Scott that information. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Go about our business.
Yeah, well, I hope it seems like that. Like, I don't know much about you. I know you've been around for a while. I've never heard like you were a bad guy or anything.
Also, Scott wasn't too pleased as well with you multiple times, actually, not just recently, which, he did a video actually where he showed screenshots of your conversation with him. Like, it's one of the 51 videos that he made in the last 6 days. But he showed a conversation that you had with him. What was it exactly? Well, it was related to this, but then he basically just right after he shows the images of the chat, of the Skype chat, I guess. He makes a video, shitting on you. But hey, maybe we'll play that. Let's keep playing this though.
Oh.
Hey,
Whatever.
I've been here long enough and I fucked up, okay?
Ooh, hold on. We got Danny MT in the chat. It says, community street beefs. I'm calling every fraud out. First nines. I'd suplex you for Ukraine, says Nikki Nine's channel. Well, I'll let you Eastern Europeans fight it out there in the chat while I continue to play this.
Dave moved here to my town, and the only reason I knew he moved here was because he went to the police station here, and he filmed it, and he put it on Mars's channel. Now, there's something in that video, a police trailer, that I've never seen anywhere else. So I knew it was here. I went there. I took pictures of the place.
They have them a lot in Scarborough, just to let you know.
Yes, 3 years ago. And nobody found out I did that.
Dude, literally, it was maybe a few days later, but Scott sends me the screenshots of your conversation with Scott with those photos. And then he sends me the photos that you actually sent him. So not only is he willing to send me the photos that you sent him, he sends me the conversation with you. And again, obviously, proving what I was saying correct earlier, which was that he did come out and say, yeah, Victor did this. Victor was the one that gave me this information. Victor. So Skunt did, in fact, do that sort of thing.
I came out and said, I fucked up, and I'm the one that gave pictures to Scott. I'm sorry for what I did. We moved on. Everything was good. Everything's been good. I've seen him twice. No problems.
Okay, but let's go through it logically, though. That if police show up to my place after I filed a police report and, they've seen the information I've provided, How am I supposed to know? And again, this happened literally within a couple of months, right? A couple of months. When did I file this? I think this was late October. I think it was around or just after Canadian Thanksgiving, which is around the end of October. So a month and a half, 2 months between that initial report where these two visits occurred. That was, again, years ago. I'm bringing up stuff that came up years ago.
The way it should be.
So if we go ahead and bring Scott on the show right now, is anyone going to have any issues with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that laugh is terrible. But yeah, this is, and I think Nikki at this point starts to bring up the whole, is he trying to lay the seed for Skunt to return?
The ban list is still in effect. Come on.
I don't wish him harm. Nothing. It's just I can't deal with that.
Well,
You know.
Trav, Victor, has he talked to you today at all about anything?
He messaged me yesterday when I was on the show with you because I wasn't defending him or something, and I didn't know I was supposed.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna have to rewind that so we can hear the entire thing. But he did make those videos of you that I did mention. I haven't reviewed them, but speaks specifically about you and so forth, and criticizes you and shows the private Skype messages. I'm a great villain, but Skunty's okay. You really should have him blocked, to be honest. But hey, we wouldn't have this great gold if it wasn't for you not having him blocked. So let's continue.
Deal with that.
Well, Trav, Victor, has he talked to you today at all about anything?
He messaged me yesterday when I was on the show with you because I wasn't defending him or something, and I didn't know I was supposed to be defending him.
I'm sorry, man. It's just it's funny.
Not much changes here, but YR's a funny guy. Dave's a good streamer too. He did a karaoke stream like 6 months ago, and I said in his chat, great stream, maybe the stream of the year. And I never did anything to the guy in the last 3 years that would make him think that I would share his information. And then to throw me under the bus and then just...
Why is this so difficult for everyone to understand? I was asked for examples of, this and that by Seaman. And what did I do? I provided those examples. Are they old? Yeah, they're old examples. I never said they were recent. But that did happen in the past. That can't be denied. And I've got the screenshots to prove it. Which, if I release, then I'll be a bad man. But I'm talking about that point. Again, Seaman thinks he can come in a year in or whatever. Oh, I know everything. Oh, there's not justification for this and that. He doesn't know the shit that we've all gone through. And he'll try to use that as an argument like, oh, well, that's still not justification. It's like, but no, you can't fucking say that because you have no knowledge about what came prior or the fact that others agree with me to a very large extent. And for him to dismiss those views without having gone through the experience, you hear this, Goon? You hear this, Goon? This is where it comes in. Logical discussion. When you don't have that experience to apply, your opinion is basically null and void. Sorry. Or am I really?
Just backtrack 40 minutes later.
Well, I hope Dave gets away from all the drama shit and goes and sticks to doing shit like karaoke and chef stuff and more mellow stuff.
Not today, Nikki. Not today.
Because right now it feels like all this shit just came to a head and it needs to cool for a while.
I agree.
Well,
are we willing to turn the page together here?
Why are
a group?
No page. There's no page
So
to turn,
fake.
man. We're, Mars and I are gonna go live in a little bit, and we're gonna,
Really?
we're gonna shit on fucking YR, and it's gonna be what it is. I probably shouldn't have called in here. Probably should have saved everything I had to say for there.
Are you gonna bring Scunty on the show?
Again,
No,
another drop.
no, dude. Hopefully he's doing his thing and just getting better.
So, do you believe YR started all this or no? You one of those
No,
guys?
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
You didn't start all this. What started this? The whole thing was fucking Dave throwing me under the fucking bus.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm absolved. I'm absolved. So, thank you. But no, it was C-Man who started this, calling me a liar, demanding that I show proof, and there we go. Again, what aspect of the catch-22 do you want me to go through? To just allow for this guy who has no knowledge or experience to just call me a liar without being held accountable, or for me to stand up for my name, for my duty? That's what a real emperor does there, Seaman. And proves that those that were blasphemous enough to call him a liar are liars, in fact, themselves. And when you have all the evidence to prove that, there's no more arguments. There's no more discussion. You asked for the evidence, you got provided with it. Simple as that.
Like, that's what started all of it.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you
I
for
ask you-
absolving me.
Nikki, can I ask you a question?
I didn't want anybody to think that I was somehow responsible for causing this, because that would actually be too close to the truth.
No.
Yeah.
Is the reason that you and Mars stopped working on Friday Night Fire something to do with Dave? I heard you say it was Ken and Dave, but I got this impression. Okay.
No, it was just I had a lot of real life stuff come up, and I
That's
just couldn't.
bullshit.
Well,
No, you didn't. You were tired of Dave's shit. Oh,
That was something that Wire was pushing.
hopefully is.
No. The shit
All
with Tony.
Confirm it here.
When shit on me for Tony I was just like, fuck this. Like that really, really fucking pissed me off. Like,
Now, I thought I was joking, but apparently it pissed him off. Now, I don't remember him coming to me and telling me that he didn't like that. I could be wrong. Again, sometimes Dave can be wrong, but I don't remember him coming in personally and telling me, look, that was too far and so forth.
dude, I mean, if my wife was not home yelling at me for getting pissy, that night would have went a real different way. And then after that, it's just like, you know what? He's going to throw me under the bus for a guy who has done a bunch of shitty things. It's like, whatever, see ya. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to go on there and pretend like, oh, everything's good, because it wasn't. But, I was willing to let shit go, and because after all the stuff that I went through, and just let it go and just like, fuck it, whatever. And then he throws me under the bus with fucking, with that shit on Wire Show that night. I'm just like, you know what? Just fucking, I'm done. I can't. Good luck to you, brother. Hope nothing but the best for you. Hope your life is, I hope you have a great life. I truly mean that. I truly mean that. But dude, when you get to my age, you surround yourself with good people, or you're going to be miserable as fuck.
Well, what the fuck do you think I was the past fucking year sucking the fucking emperor cock? Fucking.
You were a coward. You were someone who claimed to be fully willing and honest to discuss any sort of issues, as I've made it clear with everyone. You got an issue with Dave? Just let me know. I've made it very clear with everyone. But now you're flipping the script, as it were, and trying to act like you weren't trying to suck my dick for the longest time, and C-Man called you out for the longest time for doing exactly that. So, no, YR, you don't get away with that. Sorry.
Miserable as fucking hell. The fuck?
That's your choices, dude. At any time,
bro.
you can just say no.
It's not all that fucking easy, like, to
Because I held a gun to his head, right?
comprehend and get. Like, it's a lot of shit.
Just listen to him just throw out words.
Like, yeah, it is. You're scared
Like
that he's going to do something.
only me, and like a couple people know. Like, and look, that doesn't take away from Dave. Like, Dave is very passionate about this community, and I know like people that he cares for. I believe he, wanted to protect them in a way, by fighting fire with his personal info shit with different people, right? So I get that, and I understand it completely. But Ken and Shannon made great points that it kind of inspires and makes other people into clones of that, and really could pursue weird shit, by just putting out
Says the guy who's used faked accounts and actually trolled people and actually done exactly that. Yes, Wire.
ideas that he does, that Dave does, and that's a problem too. So a lot of times it's not necessarily Dave; it's just the actions could, inspire for the worst. Obviously, these clone trolls.
All right. Well, we got Victor on the call. You still have, I think, a few things to address, but well, now you're here. Now you're here.
Good evening, Dave. How are you?
Well, I'm trying to catch up with all the glorious drama that has been dropped.
It's been a little overwhelming, a little excessive, but I'm just interested.
For a lot of people.
Yes, everybody is having a fun time, and some people are coming around that haven't been around for a long, long time. I just want to talk to you about one thing.
Go
Dave,
for
it. You said the cops were called to your place twice. You don't know if it was because of Victor or Scott or me sharing your information. 40 minutes later, they ask you, Ken and Shannon, why were the cops called to your place? And then you go, they came here under their own accord. And then Shannon asks you something like, would they even have come there if you didn't go there the first time? And then you go, that's correct. So you brought me up for nothing. That's the only issue I had with you, okay?
Okay. Do you want me to respond or?
I do. I am pretty much done now.
Okay. Well, we know that you did provide that information to Scott and that he did also rat you out, telling me that it was you. Now, when it came to the cops, the fact is they already had that information that was submitted. Now, you had told me, no, you're cool, you're not going to do anything, but how do I know? So, and on top of that, they're not giving me information when they come here. They're not giving me information. Now, what I did was basically initially provide that statement to begin the whole process, and they did follow-ups with me. Now, I don't know whether or not it was based on, oh shit, there's a guy in your town who's been communicating with this guy, and this guy's now admitting that this guy's working for him. Maybe this guy's involved or something. So, we've been watching the videos. Let's go. And I'm just speculating here, okay? Because they didn't fucking give me information, but, well, they gave me limited information. But it's like, okay, well, what's going on with you today? Well, I'm okay. Any problems today? No. Why? Is there anything I should know? No, but we're following up. Just trying to make sure that everything's okay. So how do you expect me to fucking explain a police visit, with their ambiguity when it came to that? But the whole, again, and I was talking about the past, okay? We haven't had any problems in 3 years, obviously. Apparently, obviously, you did take an issue with my being Karen. That's fine. I was being a Karen. But
no, honest to God, Dave, I didn't even care about that. You were a very nice man because you paid in the cash register right beside me. And I heard you talking to the lady, and you were very nice. You were like, have a good day, stay safe, all that good stuff.
Look, the point I'm trying to make is the fact that when I was referencing you, because, okay, who started this? It was C-Man. It wasn't fucking Drew. It wasn't Ken. It wasn't Shannon. It was fucking C-Man. It's as simple as that. And he's been gunning for me for quite some time. But many people have. That's cool. But the fact is that when I was challenged as to be a liar, At one point, a man draws a line and says, you know what? I've had enough of being called a liar. So, as such, I'm not going to fucking handle it. Well, not handle it, but I'm not going to tolerate it. As such, you want the proof? I will fucking give you whatever you want. Now, I don't believe I was morally wrong. Was it somewhat crass? Was it questionable? Could have been done better? Yes, I've admitted this before, multiple times. Because, we could have handled it offline, me and C-Man. But he was the one who continued to fucking push it. And I just proved that I wasn't a liar. And for that, I get castigated and shit on even more. So I wasn't referring to you being the person. I said maybe it has something to do with him. Because, look, I'm not going to explain the details about this. But look, he could have taken your photos, used an imaging program, and literally figured out a GPS coordinate.
He could have taken those images from the video you uploaded. How do you think I found you, Dave?
Yeah, no, but then you took photos specifically, and the difference between a video on YouTube and a video that's coming from a digital camera actually identifies certain locations. And again,
Okay.
the whole thing is you were asking, why did I contact the police? Because at this point, Scott had claimed that he had all this knowledge. He claimed that he knew where we were. He claimed that he had access to people. He's claimed multiple times. He has, somebody who works at Border Control, somebody who works in, the police, RCMP and so forth, or some other police service and stuff. At that point, we didn't know what he was capable of. Nobody did. And I had to fucking play safe considering the situation that I'm dealing with, but I had to be ready to deal with whatever it was. So when he, showed that information that you gave him, I had to be prepared. And, we talked about it and so forth. But the whole issue I think you're making right now is that I mentioned something that happened, 3-4 years ago. And when I was pressed by C-Man, I wasn't saying Victor is constantly walking through the streets with the fucking sign saying Dave Rose is a doxer, fucking, he's a piece of shit. No, I wasn't saying that. But okay, you know what? How about this? Because I heard this in your, because you're going to call in a bit on the clip. You said you,
No,
I think you already played it. I think I already played it. Okay, you wanted an apology. Okay.
That's it, man. I didn't, because I was just sitting here exercising, listening to you and Ken fight. Okay, and then you brought me up, and I immediately said in the chat, "Nah, man, I didn't do shit." Okay, I didn't share nothing.
Well,
I fucked up before.
No, but hold on.
I get kind of what you're saying now, explaining it to me a little bit better, because there's no gap in the time frame, right? You're explaining that this kind of happened a couple of years ago and whatnot. Okay, makes a little bit more sense then how you could be saying that, or why you would be saying that.
But why would I say it if it was really happening? Don't you think I'd be making drama diners every day about it? Like, I was pressed by C-Man, a guy that's been trying to fucking push me for the longest time. You know that he's been gunning for me, him and YR. It's not like this was a conspiracy. This was just something that came about that was just very prodigious for them that worked out great because now I'm the villain, which is great, and all that sort of thing. But the point was I was pressed. I was called a liar. I'm sure the same thing would happen to you. You get called a liar enough, you're like, you know what? Fuck. I'll pull out these classified documents and I'll prove that I'm not. But then you look bad, right? So,
hey, man, if you got the proof and you know you're not lying and you can prove it, that's what you're going to do.
Well, yeah, exactly that. But I get, classified as a villain and all that stuff. But in regards to, do you at least understand what I'm saying? Where, like, I wasn't saying this guy's constantly going out and attacking me. Like, you don't even watch my stuff most of the time. But, like...
It sounds better now. I wasn't even upset during the initial fight. It was when you came on the Drama Diner and I was talking to you, trying to get you to watch the clip. Because I knew, Dave, I don't got time to watch 7 hours of this.
I know. I played I played what I thought, but then apparently there was more. But then again, there was like 2.5 hours more.
Right. There was a long time of it coming. And then 40 minutes later, you never got to that part.
Okay.
And we started squibbling in the chat, okay? So there was a little bit of tension.
All right. Well, clearly here, I failed in properly explaining the timelines. That perhaps it was my tone, perhaps it was my. And no, people, this is not because Victor lives in my town, because I mean,
I'm coming to get you,
Victor's
man.
not stupid enough to fucking get an assault charge on him. But, look, and I do this often, okay, I've got to admit as well, I don't always convey myself in the most efficient manner. Yes, I have a great vocabulary, all this and that, but if I can't talk to the people, then what's it worth? So if I conveyed myself in a manner that wasn't what I just explained and what I've explained in previous, videos, I believe, but if that wasn't taken as I intended it to, if you thought that I was insinuating that you were actively attempting to attack me and so forth and so on, then for that, I apologize for my inability and my failure to do so.
That's above and beyond what I was expecting, Dave. I'm so glad that we were able to continue being VD, victorious and devious. Excellent. All right, brother. I look forward to watching the rest of the diner. And you stay open 24/7 if you need to, okay? If you want me to drop you off some groceries or some water or some toilet paper or some weed. I forgot about that.
All I can say is just watch out for what Scott's going to tell you now. And just be careful, because this guy is looking for an in. And if you see his videos...
Hold on. This is cool.
Did he message you?
I wasn't even on Skype until, I fuck off, man. I'm not part of this shit. I wasn't even on Skype until a week ago when you brought my name up. So I came on Skype, and there's a whole bunch of messages. And they don't matter, okay? But every time he says something, I'm egging him on. He says, yo, you guys live between Sudbury and Timmins. I go show him my Sudbury Wolves jersey. What's up now? Where are we living?
Apparently, I'm in Acton, Oakville. It's a subdivision that spreads like 300 kilometers, but hey.
So it don't matter. Everything that he showed on the chats, but just fucking around with him.
Have you seen... Okay, well, I'm going to have to show the video, because there's a video where he shows your private messages and then he starts to go on you. I talked about it earlier. We haven't reviewed it just yet, and we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Because he specifically goes, YR asked me when's the last time you talked to Scott? And, okay, I just talked to him like an hour before that.
Well, he showed...
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking. I was just trying to send him a message. Hey, man, you're an idiot. In the nicest way possible. That's what I was saying to him. That clip you just put up, you read it the wrong way. Dave brought me up, and then I was just trying to get things right. I wasn't trying to talk to him. I don't try to talk to Scott. Hey, man,
nobody tries
what are you doing?
To talk
you having
to
dinner
Scott
tonight? And he's blocked now because he put another video up on me just because he's a fucking little psycho. He can't just be calm for a fucking minute. And you know what? I don't care.
But he tried to use you, though. I'm sure you can see that.
He did. And you know what, Dave? I didn't know before that he shared that information that I sent you when I came to you and said, I fucked up. I'm the one that did it. I thought that was you learning that I was the guy that did it. So, yep. Didn't know he did that either.
I can send you the screenshots later if it won't offend you. But, yeah, I can certainly prove that he ratted you out. Again, Mars always made the great comment about Scott is that he doesn't want friends, he wants hostages. And yeah, he certainly sold you out.
Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't talk to the guy for like 2 years now, off and on, message him. Not a big deal. He won't know where we live because of me, Dave.
Well, I certainly won't tell him.
Then we're good. You want to play that clip while I'm still on here, or you want me to take off and you get to it?
Which clip? Well, I'm still playing right through the entire show, so I don't know which clip.
All right. Well,
oh, you mean the one that Scott?
Up.
Oh, yeah. I'll play the one with Scott about you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my neighbor Victor, I should say, the Victorious.
That is my name, though. Victor is my name. Okay, everybody.
You're allowed to take the street name. I believe the Black Caucus has allowed that, so you can be Victor.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That is my gang name. You know, my rap name is Victorious, but I haven't rapped in like 15 years, so whatever.
Well, I'm DJ Hard R.
Ooh. Great weather we've been having.
Except for those winds.
Oh, all my recycling bins got knocked over.
Fuck, the streets were covered like fucking an apocalypse.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy today.
Yeah, and tomorrow's some snow. Great stuff.
You know what, though? You remember when
living
you first
here in Oakville, it's just crazy, isn't it?
It is, man. You know, I never seen snow in May like this.
Oh, man. And my birthday's tomorrow, so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
No way. April 1st?
The fool.
Oh, well, happy pre-birthday.
Preemptive birthday.
Yeah. You might as well just stay on, Dave. I'll order you some weed. No, you can't do that here. Never mind. Sorry, Dave. You have to go and pick it up yourself.
I'll smoke some pine needles instead.
Mm.
All right.
They're great for the throat. You got the clip?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it played. So, you won't be able to hear it. So.
Okay, just let me know when you're done then.
Oh, you're gonna stay on?
Oh, you know what, Dave? It was good enough talking. You have a great stream, all right, brother?
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks for the apology.
See you at the grocery store.
Hopefully not, but maybe.
All right.
Bye.
There goes Victor. All right, so let's get to this here. Boppers. I want to get all this. Where the fuck was that? Here we go. I think it was. Was it this one? I think it was this one. So many. Oh, Scanty. Oh, Scanty. So many videos that you make for us, for our viewing pleasure. It is beautiful. I think it's this one. Is it this one? So hard to keep track. God damn it. And he's got the new ones, too, that we still have to cover, so.
Just to follow up on my last video, I do want to make it clear that Dave was busted in a complete and utter pathological lie about why the cops came to his house, if they even came, because he did state at first it was me, and then he got busted in that lie, because everybody knows if I had it, you'd know. I was offered.
Hold on. I think this is the first one. Okay, yeah,
Just to show you.
Shut up. This is the first one. So the first one is the unbiased fair thoughts on Dave versus Victor Battle of Ontario. Description. He says, these are the facts in both men's defense. Now the two of you should kiss and make up by the duck pond in Ontario. There's only one? For the record, I don't think they are in Sudbury either. I think it's where my uncles are, maybe Collingwood or the country somewhere. I honestly don't know. I don't care. I don't care if I ever find out either one way or another. Don't matter to me. God damn you and your fucking terrible punctuation. Couldn't find the book box pick, so I just put the classic Victor DC pick. LOL, no harm meant, Victor. You knew the street names and stuff of where I was, so I know I found all that very alarming, Victor.
Guys, that I indeed am not biased, even with people who hate me and want me to die. I will be fair in the Victor Dave situation. Now, Victor, you know this. Victor has never given me his location because, Dave lives in his town. Never ever did. He never did that, Dave. That's in Victor's defense. But Victor, since you sat there on the show yesterday and really didn't fucking defend me at all, and I know you were there to defend yourself.
You didn't defend me, man. Is this the one where he shows the images?
But it's like, I've never been really bad to you. I mean, we had like a minor fight one time, only because you said locations of my area before, and your buddy lived close to me in Alberta and all this stuff. So I found that weird, back then, and we all know that situation, Victor. But so in the Emperor's defense, the reason...
Which Emperor? The first or the second? You must be very clear on this one. And this is not the video, Victor, but this needs to be played. But I've got the other one queued up and ready to go, so I'm going to prep it so that we can see it. Let's continue.
Why he would say something like that, Victor, and just assuming, Dave is a liar and he assumes things and just makes up narratives. Like, don't get me wrong there either. That's obvious.
Yeah.
But the reason why he would say something like this, maybe Victor or somebody sent it, he didn't say, like, you definitely did. He just said, maybe you did. And it is based on past experiences, Victor, of the fact that you do associate with us, you do talk to us, you always like drama club, and blah, blah, blah. And you did put out that picture that time and sent it to me of the book thing in the profile picture here, in the thumbnail.
There's more than the book thing. It was, it's a neighborhood, how some neighborhoods have like boxes where you can put non-perishable foods, but they also have the same thing for books. Little free bookshelves or book libraries, whatever. And people come, they grab a book, they'll leave a book, and so forth and so on. So that was one of the many, but that's one of the many, Scunty. He sent you more than one. You're being a little duplicitous here now, aren't you?
That was in Dave's town, free books. And you made the joke that maybe David gets his free books there, that he set it up and put his books inside of.
Yeah, but the images, the images of the conversation you had with him, with Victor, and the images that you sent of the actual, because, I did question you. It's like, those could be faked. So you sent me the actual images that Victor sent me, which, again, you can figure out certain things from that file. You just sold them right out.
That little box or.
And it included more than just the bookshelf. It included the police station, and it included the trailer.
Whatever. So you've done things like that. Me and you in our private talks, Victor, you know well enough.
Again, the best part is that he literally sent me his fucking, he took a screenshot of his conversation with Victor and sent the entire thing to me, with Victor submitting those images to him.
You've said, oh, give me some money and I'll tell you my town, and you've hinted towards the movie. You never said the movie, but filmed in 2 locations in Ontario. And when I said to you the other day, Sudbury, you said, oh, here's my Sudbury Wolves jersey. But, just stupid stuff like that. No, you never did that to Dave. And nail of all times, you think you would. But, I will say, in your defense, you've never done that to Dave. Dave shouldn't accuse you like that, but he just made an assumption based on past experiences with you, Victor, with things like that. So, let's be fair here. Scott is a fair person. I'm not.
Oh, my God.
Like these other fucking people like Dave and C-Man and Wire and everybody that has biases and paints narratives all day long. I will be fair to everybody because the truth is the utmost importance to me. I'm a guy who will apologize to you, I will take accountability, and I will seek the truth out in every situation. That is a fact. So that's my takes on that. Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually transition to this screen here. We're going to play it in its entirety. Let's get to here.
Just to follow up on my last
one?
video, I do want to make it clear.
No, it was this one. There we go. Okay. He made an update. Let's listen to it.
That Dave was busted in a complete and utter pathological lie about why the cops came to his house, if they even came, because he did state at first it was me, and then he got busted in that lie, because everybody knows if I had it, you'd know. I was offered money for that. I would fucking have it myself. Never spoke to his police. I would happily give my name to them if I ever did. So all that is a complete lie. Okay?
Nobody can believe you, though. You're the skunt that cried shitwolf.
Okay? Complete and utter lie, and he got busted in it. So yes, maybe he did bring up Victor for 0 reason. Okay? Maybe that is the case. But I was just saying, because he obviously said, after the fact, he said yes, they came because I went down to the station myself. So they did a follow up, which I think all of it's bullshit. I think the whole entire story is bullshit. I don't think he even spoke to the police or filed a report. Why would he? I mean, I've never filed one on him. I never did. I could easily.
I could, but you said that you did, though. That's the thing, though. You said that you did. You had files open on all these different people. You said this, Scunty.
But I've actually never did. I've said that I filed reports on other people before. I got some shit documented with police. Nothing crazy. It's not like I opened up a full case. I'll be honest with you.
At this point, I might get my lashings, my little paddlings, for, false reasons, let's be honest. But can you compare me to this one right here?
I really didn't on anybody. But since people are doing it with me, I will start doing it. If that's what you want, absolutely. Why wouldn't I? But yeah, no, as of right now, I really don't. So in Victor's defense, again, Dave really did bring it up for zero reason to assume that. I'm just saying why he would think the victim might do something like that, but he busted himself in his own eye. He really did by saying, "Oh no, they didn't come because of Scott. They came because I went down there." So I mean, really, you can't justify that. Anyway.
So stupid.
So I kind of just wanted to follow up with this video because, yeah, he really didn't need to bring up Victor. I'm just saying why he would. Yeah, I guess fucking doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we've proven you wrong, but let's prove me correct again. It's always fun. So, what we've got here is the video that you released, Community of Lies and Narratives and Affirmation. And as you can see right about here, there you go, about a minute in, that's the private message between him and Victor. Let's play and make it full screen so that everyone can enjoy this gloriousness.
I took pictures of the place. Yes, 3 years ago. And nobody found out I did that. I came out and said, I fucked up, and I'm the one that gave pictures to Scott. I'm sorry for what I did. We moved on. Everything was good. Everything's been good. I've seen him twice. No problems. The way it should be.
So if we go ahead and bring Scott on the show right now, is anyone have any issues with that?
Yeah.
The ban list is still in effect. Come on.
I don't wish him harm. Nothing. It's just I can't deal with that.
Well, Trav, Victor, has he talked to you today at all about anything?
He messaged me yesterday when I was on the show with you because I wasn't defending him or something, and I didn't know I was supposed to be defending him.
I'm sorry, man. It's just it's funny. Oh.
Not much changes here, but YR's a funny guy. Dave's a good streamer too.
All right, so now you hear this. Okay, so let's pause it, and you know what? For our visually impaired audience, I will read it out. So, around 11:59 a.m., got Scott replying to Victor saying, "I see." Victor says, "You have a platform. I wasn't there for you. I was there for me." He replies at 8:17 the next day, p.m. "Thanks for the vid, but Dave only brought me up to try to dodge Ken's anger. 40 minutes later, he admitted they only came to his house because he went there first. I was brought up for zero reason." And then Scott says, "Well, we both know he's deflecting and lying. That's 100% established. But I know why he assumed maybe you would. So yes, it was a straight lie. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense." And then we wait for the next thing. Victor's message says, "For the better part of 3 years, I stayed away, chatted very little. He brought me up. We are real life shit." And then Scott says, "That we know of, LOL. Go fight him, bro." Interesting. trying to encourage violence there, Scott? I believe that might be against the law. Victor replies with, if I was going to do anything, I would have done it with you. I think that's what he's referring to. Scott says, the long kiss goodnight. I'm not sure what that's referring to there, Scunty.
What?
And now we get Scunty replying to what's being said. So rather than show you his ugly mug, let's go back to the beautiful photo of the diner. Also, hi Shid, hi, and donation lines are open. Let's continue.
Why the fuck is it that nobody, literally nobody, can tell the truth in this community? When they get on a show, all of a sudden it's a narrative, it's a lie, the truth is not told, something's stretched. Every time. Victor, there's the proof. You messaged me today as soon as I uploaded a video in regards to the you and Dave situation, thanking me for the video. Why did you say that I only messaged you yesterday asking why you didn't defend me? That's not the truth, Victor. Like, you're just trying to fit in with the rest of these people. It's crazy, bro. Like, you're looking for affirmation with this group of fucking trolls. You all act like you're the good people and innocent. You're not, man. I don't mean you, Victor. I mean the people you fucking... Why aren't these guys, dude? And he's all laugh at me. Why? Does the truth hurt? Like, what the fuck, man, is wrong with you people? Do you not see this being an issue? Come on, man. This is ridiculous at this point. You wanna know what the funniest shit is? The only reason I watch this is to document it and to expose how much fucking bullshit these people spew. I want nothing to do with Wire being on his show, but he constantly mentions me because he loves me and the whole community knows it. He's obsessed with me. He even fucking, like, the reason why I'm doing it back, playing his songs, is because he's playing my songs, doing the blue light in the fog. Like, he's letting me know that he watches, and that's fine. We all watch each other, right? But the fact that he keeps saying... Scott wants to be in the show, he can call Joe's show, this, that. Like, it's every day with this, bro. The obsession is real. And it's sad, bro, because I want nothing to do with Wire being on a show. He would bring me on if everybody gave him approval. I wouldn't even be there because I don't want to talk to him. I got his 75 Skype messages blocked. It's sad, bro, that he has to sit there looking for affirmation and fucking trying to, like, get one up on me or some weird shit, bro. Like, oh, Scott, no one wants to play with you, bro. Like, you're a child up here, Wire. You'll never grow up, bro. You'll never be a man. It's the saddest shit, bro. You're pathetic, man. Every day with this, bro. It's not even funny. It's fucking... It'd be funny if I actually was calling you or trying to get on your show or wanted to be friends with you, but I don't. And it's obvious that you do with me. And it's just sick, bro.
The ban list is still in effect. Come on.
I don't wish him harm. Nothing. It's just I can't deal with it.
Well,
you know?
Trav, I mean, Victor, has he talked to you today at all about anything?
He messaged me yesterday when I was on the show with you because I wasn't defending him or something, and I didn't know I was supposed to be defending him.
And it shows the message. Oh, hold on. There you go. Let's show this. Just bear with me here, people. Because I'll pause it. So, Victor replies with, thanks for the vid, but Dave only brought me up to... Oh, no, he already said this. This is new? No, he's just going through it again. Yeah, you already showed this, buddy. Today. Oh, yes, it's today. Ooh, today. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So, that's the end of that. Let's see this video that he made about Festlove. Come on. Oh, he's been making more. Oh, I'm glad that, you could make our acquaintance. He said, well, one of his videos after my God, so many. Projecting slanderous mouth and the emotional 9 god. Scunty can reunite loser Dave and troll minions. And Dave attempting to lie his way around facts again. He just can't take accountability, tripling down. Well, how about we quadruple down, baby? How about we quadruple down?
Why Dave did...
Shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. First and foremost, my friend, what we will do is we will announce that this is the Festlove's Delusions Rent-Free Rat Den. I guess he doesn't like you using those little rats there in the chat, Festlove. So let's hear what old Scunty has to say.
Why Dave didn't plug his link at that very moment when Festlove asks for the Rat Den link, it's beyond me. It would have been perfect if Dave just plugged his link there because it would have been a lot more fitting. As much as this is going to be hard for you to accept, there, Festlove, the fucking loser troll with no life who stalks the fuck out of me, and especially me and everybody, who will never come on camera, or we will never hear his voice or call into a show because he's a complete and utter coward behind a keyboard. What a life. David is the one who went to the police and over false allegations and a complete lie he made up that he got busted on.
Nope.
Does that hurt your feelings, little boy? Yeah, what do you want to call me a rat for, bud?
We sent you to rehab, bitch.
Who did the cops go to? Huh? Whose house got swatted because of me? Instead of Dave saying he can't wait till Bullfrog
Didn't you say the cops came into your house?
SWAT? Or he admits that the cops were called on me and he called them on me and sent them to my house and I woke up with them by my bedside. As much as it hurts
You claim that, douchebag.
You guys over there are the rats. And then Wire saying you went to the police, but I never went to the police over Wire threatening me 6 years
Bullshit.
ago. You're the rats.
You called
You're
in
projecting your rathood on me.
Rathood.
Do you not understand what is not computing? Have I spoke to the FBI over people that are in this community that hack bank accounts, that fucking try to break into our drama club fucking YouTube channel and do all kinds of malicious weird shit? Yeah. Have I given names or sent them to people's houses? No. No. I've done it as proof that I'm not scared to contact them on air. That's about it. And then usually it just turns into a fucking funny joke or like I end up laughing with the agent or whatever. So
wasting
as much
government
as it
money.
fucking hurts, that is the truth. And I know that's hard to accept. And there's Vanna L.
We broke you.
Subscribing again. Another fucking stalker. This Vanna L account with this girl. Oh my God, man. I don't know if that's Gabe Rodriguez's wife or who's who and what's what or fucking what, but they stalk me everywhere I go, bro. Everywhere I go, they're obsessed with me. They love me. They love me. They want my cock right inside their fucking mouth, deep throating it. It's crazy, bro.
Okay. We're gonna hit up here and we're gonna dissect it. This is gonna take time. No, my drama dine, and there's a fair bit of stuff to discuss, which is why I don't even know if we get time to cover the other stuff. But hey, let's begin. Okay, so you got YR on his stream with Keith, and I believe I don't know if anyone else is on the call. This might even be from today. It is. Some people call in later, but Nikki Nines, I believe, is now just calling in. So here we go.
You're gonna shit all over the show today. I thought you were.
What?
You're really gonna shit on the program earlier today? Like you really think it wasn't that
I'm
good?
doing it myself. I don't really have to say anything.
See, why do you got to put words in people's
That's right. Nikki J was on there.
mouths? Like
I knew it. And then other people call in too.
all the fucking time.
I listen to it and like I get it, but there are a few things that I'm just like, what? Like, what do you?
Like what?
You know.
Scott,
Well,
what's
like,
the point?
like I commented in the channel, like I'm never talking. Like I hate when people say I'm never doing this or I'm leaving the community or I'm doing. It's just like, no, you're not. Shut up. So don't throw the. Oh, I'm never talking about Dave again.
Guess who's walking to the police station right now? This guy. That's right. More evidence that I'm here at my local police station. They don't let you bring your firearms in. And basically, it also tells us that we are under observation here, both video and audio. So now there's your proof that I actually went to my local police force. Now, and that was also the question, like, oh, did you really go? It's like, well, that was the purpose of making the video, because people are like, oh, you're not going to do that. So you're calling me a liar again, right? Time to contact the RCMP. Oh, look. Oh, what's this? Oh, police. Not going to show you the name.
Scunty all the time. Scunty cuts his hair with Scunty drunk on wine. Oh, Scunty, you don't know.
He's playing a video of me with my long hair when I cut my hair on Ken's show. And yeah, I guess he got really mad that people donated to that, for one. But we also know that he is suppressing some sort of homosexual urges, and as such has been obsessed with me and many others in this community.
Scunty all the time. You make me feel Scunty. I gotta call my lawyer, David. David, I wanna call him, David.
Oh my god, bro, I said Simo's job 45 times and pretended that I didn't, though. And then Tony put my parents' address up on his stream. Well, I'm gonna go.
So he's referring to Ken now. This has been a whole mishmash of accusations there, Scotty.
Go to my lawyer and the fucking police and the law now. How dare he do that? Do you see the hypocrisy here yet? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not surprised a clown likes clown music. So let's listen to more of this hilarity. Projecting slander, slanderous mouth, and the emotional nine god. Facts versus slander. Is there any talking? Yeah, there is. Okay, so I'm going to show this.
Again, I will do the other videos later from the first of Dave's stream, but as I'm sitting here waiting for calls, I did catch Nikki saying my name again. In defense...
Don't say my name, Nikki. Don't say my name.
...of Scott, right, Nikki? Let's go over this, shall we? You came into the community attacking me on old videos because I hurt your buddy Mars's feelings, okay? That's number one fact. Number two, somebody was sick of your mouth, okay, going after Joe Cronin all the time, and that is to seek affirmation from this community. Okay, I don't like this guy with you guys. All right, I'll get a following if I shit on Scott and Cronin, okay? Somebody decided to email me, who was close with Joe at that time and also didn't like you, which is either, well, let's face it, at this point, guys, it really, Jacob RP just doesn't seem smart enough for all this, so it's either Wire or Dave who sent me that email, let's face it.
Nope.
In that email, Nikki, it is your name and all of your personal emotional temper tantrums that you wrote to the internet. Dave, that's right, he wrote it to the internet. You asked me for the email.
You hear that, Nikki? You wrote it to the internet.
I gave it to you. Then you turned on me and went attacking me again. Okay? Then I started saying, well, you wrote to the internet that you are an illegal immigrant. 10 years ago, mind you, but you wrote it. So I mentioned that fact that was in the email. What exactly do you go to the police over or have to file charges with anyway? Even when I gave you that email, I was wondering, like, what's he going to say to the police exactly? In case someone tries to attack his wife, all they're stating is a statement that he made about them being illegal citizens in Canada. So I'm not really sure what the police would do there. Doesn't really make any sense. So the defense of what exactly? Because number one, no one's going after your wife. No one ever did. No one ever had her name, and the email doesn't have her name. And number two, if it was such a big deal and she's a legal citizen, but you were scared and, oh, I had to go get defense and stuff, then why are you doing it if she's illegal? It only makes sense to me if she really is illegal. So,
but you've already, and yes, there can be the faggots out there that wish to think that Dave Rose doesn't know the law, Magoon. But yeah, there are some of us that can actually call out this bullshit. And when we have somebody like this who says, well, it doesn't make sense to me, guess what? I don't give a fuck if it doesn't make sense to you. Now, I've spent the time learning this stuff. Just because I don't have a certificate doesn't mean that I don't know the law, nor that I could not defend myself in court, which I can. So it's just pure hubris.
Anyway, Nikki, again, you're making no sense, but
Like you.
that's not shocking. Later on, there will be a video addressing Dave when he is reviewing me, saying that most of the people who hate me are like women beaters and pedos and shit. And he says, oh, that could be considered slanderous. No, Dave, actually it can't, because I never stated anybody's names, but the names that are in my head when I make those statements
Yeah, but once you state them, stupid, they do become slanderous. What a moron.
are actually those things with facts and evidence, not slanderous remarks. So I'm not really sure what your ideology there is, because it makes
You're still using words that don't apply whatsoever.
zero sense for you to say that that is slanderous. Unlike the people who do actually slander me, okay? Like yourself. You're one of them. Many fucking lies and defamation. So you just proved yourself to be a fucking liar and a delusional fucking person that makes
Go back to the evidence marathon. Thank you.
up shit yet again, because I never even stated names. So it's not slander. Slander against what? The air? You are
You're a moron. I'm not gonna look. If you want me to explain the law to you, I might as well start charging money. Okay, I'm not gonna teach a free law course to fucking simpletons like yourself. Okay.
fucking retarded. Your brain does not actually work. You play an intelligent person on the internet.
I play an intelligent person. Right. So somehow, as soon as I get off the internet, as soon as I turn off my computer, it becomes, what me do? Me make sandwich with sandpaper and witches. Me not smart. But let me turn on computer. Now I am the greatest man and smartest who ever lived. Really? Is that how it works? Kind of crazy if it did, but.
Internet, you are not actually intelligent, Mr. $10 a barrel. It is 100, okay? Edmonton is 5 hours from Fort McMurray, not 30 minutes. All right. You think you would do your research before you speak, Dave. But anyway, you never think before you speak, really. It's always a but, pause this, pause a sentence before a sentence is completed and put a narrative
Like
in it.
this,
And then completely
I'm
twist
doing
the fucking
right
word
now,
of the
and
meeting
I can go
to
on
fit whatever
like
it is
this
is
for
in your
the
head
rest
that
of
you
this
thought it meant.
video. I could.
You are a fucking retard, Dave. So, anyway.
Says the guy who claimed to know all the stuff about doxing and DDoS, and yet publicly admitted on this video that he had to be explained what it was. But how would I know that if I'm a fucking retard? How would I know that? How would I have such a vast vocabulary if I was a retard? How would I know all this knowledge on not only ancient civilizations, my personal favorite, but contemporary history and geopolitics? How would I know that stuff? Do I put on a ring and become a new person, like some sort of superhero? And then, like say Shazam? Or books. I say books. And they get hit by lightning and I become super smart, but, as soon as I, lose that power, I become a retard again. Like, this sort of argument from someone who obviously has been totally destroyed and schooled is sad at this point. I mean, he demands that other people accept reality, but he can't accept the fact that, yes, there are people that are more intelligent than him. Can't even do that. Okay.
I just wanted to add on the fact that you want to talk about slander and all this shit.
Yes, I know quite a lot about the actual legal ramifications as well as the statutes that exist. But let's continue. Oh, and keep making those videos because it's not just me who's going to be reviewing them, Scunty. Me, Scunty. Plus, I'm giving you what you want. I mean, I'm giving you like early Christmas gifts. You know. Excuse me. You know, you want to be covered. You want to be reviewed. Well, here you go. It's fun.
You see, when I claim the legal citizen thing, when it came to Nicky and his wife, he wrote it to the internet. That was
I just before he continues, I do want to address this. Nicky Nine's channel in the chat says, "I bet Scott was trembling when I moved to Edmonton," and Nicky Nine's he was. You could hear it in the videos that he made when you just simply said, "Look, dude, I see that you're having a down time. You know, I'm a part of the Mormon community. There's people there that can help you out. Do you want to talk to anybody?" That instantly got twisted in Nicky Nines is going to send the Mormon Mafia after me. Or Nicky Nines is going to drive up to where I live and he's going to murder me. Or he's going to come up with some sort of motorcycle gang or something. This delusion was bred in Scott's mind. And certainly, Nicky, he was trembling. Absolutely. And like I said, you could hear it in his videos. You could see it in the way that he was conducting himself. The way that, he did the videos with the chatting, with the typing of the messages and all that crap. It's very evident. Let's continue. I said, let's continue.
It was a fact. I didn't say that. He said it himself. So that wasn't slander. But you, on the other hand, who calls S.C. Steve a greasy mestizo and a greasy illegal all the
How's that slander? Please reply.
time, that is slander because there is no factual evidence of him being illegal. And you do this with Jacob RP as well. So you, David, again, are projecting what you do to people, slanderous mouth.
You don't even know the law, you fucking moron.
Onto me. Again. Accept the truth, Dave. I know it hurts, but you gotta accept it.
You gotta accept the fact that we broke you, and we all laughed, and everyone rejoiced. But we're not done with you yet there, Scunty. So we got the one with talking about emotional nine gods, slanderous mouth. Scunty can reunite losers, Dave and troll minions. Ooh, saucy.
Oh my god, you're such a loser, David. You really are such a loser, bro. Ooh, Scunty's watching me. Ooh, Scunty's watching.
I got a feeling Scunty's watching me. And you proved me correct. So, what, are you just mad that I called you out and I was right? Probably, because that's what a lot of people get pissed off at. So let's continue.
Watching, yeah, because I like exposing every lie that you tell.
No, you're just obsessed.
Ooh, Scunty's watching. Ooh, Festlove, the troll, told me all about Scunty. Oh, apparently he made a video on Festlove. Yeah, because Festlove can't stop mentioning me, and he's obsessed with me.
Is that true, Festlove? Is that true? Is it true you're so obsessed with the Scunty that you continue to talk about him? Because to be quite honest, I don't see you around too often. I do like to see you around, but not too often. And when you are here, I don't see you talk too much about Scunty, to be quite honest. Maybe a couple times recently when you were around, but really for the past, I don't know. I mean, to be quite honest, I don't remember you doing anything like that at all. So, especially you, Festlove. Is Festlove? I mean, like you're just here. You're enjoying your margarita, your rum. And it's okay. You don't start the problem. You don't start the bar fight. But he tried. This guy tries this gringo here. He tried to start this problem right now. I can't accept that, especially for a patron like yourself, Senor. Always very, very considerate for the bar, for the staff, and for the experience, because only we can offer the experience that we do here. Now let's continue with him. Especially since I don't think that's the one I wanted to blame. These one? Yes, these one.
And subscribe to me and all this fucking bullshit. So, oh, God forbid I made a video. Oh, look, Scunty's busy. Oh, my God, he's going to expose my lies again. Oh, I find that funny because I'm a weirdo with no job yet still. Still no job. I took 2 days off. And wait.
It was more like 4 days, I guess. It's okay. You don't have to know how to count. You're worthless anyways.
To get a narrative out there. Oh, I was done reviewing Scunty at the first of the stream, but no, I'm going to go back to reviewing him to fit the agenda so all the trolls can say, can we please stop fighting guys and go after Scunty? Let's unite because of Scunty again. Oh my God, you're such a loser, David. You really are.
All right, so that finished that. This is the next one. Dave attempting to lie his way around facts again. He just can't take accountability. Tripling down.
Everything can be.
Like, seriously, though, learn how to use a comma. Please, please, if anything, learn how to use a comma.
Back to the way it was. I see you, I see you. Hey, Dave.
But I don't understand where you think I fucked up. When not only do we have Keith who remembers, let's put me on fast forward here because I'm kind of and the screenshots were thinking that you did talking a little slow. Send Scott that information. Wesley, 1.5 times speed engage. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Go about our business.
Damn it, Dave Rose, you don't sound any different.
I don't know much about you. I know you've been around for a while. I've never heard like you're a bad guy or anything.
Also, Scott wasn't too pleased as well with you multiple times, actually, not just recently, which, he did a video actually where he showed screenshots of your conversation with him. Like, it's one of the 51 videos that he made in the last 6 days. But he showed a conversation that you had with him. He sure did. We showed that. What was it exactly? Well, it was related to this, but then he basically just right after he shows the images of the chat, of the Skype chat, I guess, he makes a video, shitting on you. But hey, maybe we'll play that. Let's keep playing this stuff.
Oh.
So now he goes on to here we go. Let's Wesley, back to normal speed. We got Scunty who wants to speak.
See, there's just a weird agenda with Dave every time, bro. You're so
every time, dude. Every time, every term. That's how we talk here in Key Energy.
Weird. You put your nose into things that don't involve you. You try to I don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro. I really don't. But I was fair when it came to you and Victor at first.
At first. Excellent preface.
Until Victor made the point that really you didn't have to bring him up because you already busted yourself in the lie that I called the cops on you, which I did not. And I never, ever had your information.
Okay. I just want to remind people, okay, because I've been through this so many times that it gets tiring to repeat things. And then I'll be accused by the goon saying, oh, well, you're repeating things. Well, the fact is, Scott multiple times has said that he has contacted the police, that he has sent them at us, that he has filed police reports. And, well, it's a little difficult to get a hold of that information to prove if, in fact, there's a case on you. In fact, almost next to impossible. So this guy has publicly come out and said that. Without any ability to verify, it is appropriate to take it as an actual, threat.
All Victor sent me was a book thing. And What was the other thing?
There you go. It was only the book thing. Oh, wait, there was more. Yeah, there was.
That was it, right? Just a book thing on the street?
No, and even Victor was honest about this. The police station, he recognized it. The trailer, he recognized it. And, there's that little book thing that exists. And, that's close, somewhat close to the police station. And he took a picture of that, too. Easily identifiable, but you're now I think you're the one with the selective memory there.
You showed your police station, which you can see the police station in the vehicle, actually. I still haven't figured it out, though. I've come up with 45 different locations in my mind, bro. I've been fucking trying to find it, but
Oh, you've been trying to find it. Oh, interesting. And what did you plan to do with that there, Scanty?
I can't. But yeah, Victor never told me nothing. He could have a million times, and he didn't. All he showed me was a free books thing, which there's a lot of these little free libraries in Ontario in one general area.
It's pronounced library. Thank you very much.
But that was it. And I did try to kind of make the point on my first video, but then Victor said, yeah, but then he also admitted that, the cops actually came because I went to them. It wasn't because of me. Didn't have information about your general area and all this shit. The only thing that even got remote.
Well, no, you've already admitted that you've been trying to look for me, and you've stated at least twice, well, 3 times. I just can't remember the third name, but there was Acton, Ohio. It's Acton, Ohio. Acton, Ontario. Check out they're famous for a big leather store that they've got there for couches and jackets. Very good stuff. Canadian leather. Oakville, very nice but extremely expensive place. And it was a 1-syllable word. I don't know if it was hope. There was another name that he mentioned as a town name as to where I was living. And I found it funny because I ridiculed that. But the ones that he mainly brought up was Acton and Oakville. And we can see here the obsession. We can see the desire, first of all, to cause me harm. And we can see the desire to be in control, to have that information, because Dave Rose got one up on him, so he's got to get one up on Dave Rose. And if he doesn't, he's going to continue these videos. Right there, Scanty. Right.
Remotely close that you said was wrong, because I guess you're using a VPN, I don't know, was the fact that when you logged in to the Drama Club website or YouTube or whatever, it showed me your IP, just like Mervin tried to hack in that time, Illinois, and it said that you were in Acton, but it showed a fucking store in Acton, Ontario, so.
Well, I guess, you don't have all this knowledge when it comes to computers and when it comes to understanding IP addresses and servers and so on.
I mean, that was it. Victor never gave me shit, so. And again, you still lied about me calling the cops on you, and that was your justification for calling them on me. So, again.
This guy, I didn't call the cops on him, so I didn't have the cops arrive at his place, which they apparently did multiple times. I filed a police report. Big difference.
And you're busted in your own lies, Dave. There is no way around this. Stop trying to beat your way around it. You didn't have a right to bring up Victor. I tried to defend you kind of at first.
But remember, literally previously, a few videos ago, you were shitting on Victor.
By saying, yeah, maybe he has a point with Victor, but no. And the only thing I'm shitting on Victor about is the fact that he hangs.
Oh, so you are. Okay, let's rewind and let's listen.
He has a point with Victor, but no. And the only thing I'm shitting on Victor about is the fact that he hangs out wire and all these fucking trolls, and he lied to them, and lied to everybody on the call yesterday that he only spoke to me yesterday. And he was just trying to fit in with them guys, like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to defend Scott, and I only spoke to him yesterday, and you didn't say thanks for the video. He didn't say that on the call, so I had to expose that fact, that's all. So stop trying to get your fucking jaw or your little claws in there, Dave. I know what you're trying to do, bro. It's pathetic.
Says this guy who's made how many videos in the last 6 days?
And I don't want the 10 new subscribers from the troll army there, Fest Love. I'd rather not. As you can see, I'm doing other videos on this channel. Dave wants to go on and on and on about the 51 videos, this and that. If you really count them, there's really not many drama ones there. There's a few, but I don't spend hours on this trying to fucking paint a narrative like everybody else. Their videos with facts and proof, and I know that hurts your feelings out there. Most of my other videos are other content, and as you can see, I got 38,000 views on one of them, so I know that must really sting. And I barely had to do anything. So anyway, oh, baby, oh.
Sting? What are you talking about? 1.4 million views. What you talking about? You know what? I will do it. I'm trying not to destroy my mic, but You get the gist.
Oh, my.
My.
It's just so fucking pathetic, bro.
You sure are. You sure are. Now, let's see here. His last video that he's made so far called Pathetic. 7 minutes. Ooh. And then we'll get right back to what we were doing.
So that's correct. So you brought me up for nothing. That's the only issue I had with you, okay?
No, so he's
Okay.
reviewing.
You want me to respond?
Or
I do. I'm pretty much done now.
I'm going to have to guess that he's addressing me and Victor. And before I torture this, because he's just going to probably play the same clip. He's typing in the chat, but he's not writing it. He's just, as he normally does, type it so that people could see what he's writing, but, being the coward that he is. Let's move to the point where he actually comes on camera and starts talking about it. Streets with the fucking sign saying Dave.
Wow. Just wow. I hope
Wow.
you guys just read everything I wrote during that complete and utter beating around the bush bullshit by David again. This guy cannot take accountability for being busted in lies. He just can't do it. Seaman's right. There is no point in addressing Dave. I don't know why you're calling Victor. There is no point. This guy is full of it. You cannot identify with a simple free book thing that Victor showed me in the street. I tried it. You can't identify it that way. He's wrong. Victor never sent me shit.
You're lying again. And I'm not going to explain how to do it because then that would be literally giving a machine gun to a madman. Sorry, not going to happen. Somebody who I can trust asks about this, I'll exactly tell them how to figure this shit out. But I'm certainly not saying that publicly so that you're going to hear and figure out how to do it.
Shit, he's wrong on that. Going on about the police and the way he's beating around the bush on this, if you guys can't tell he's lying, you're fucking mentally challenged.
Could we perhaps equate it to you saying that you had a bag of guns and that you didn't have a bag of guns, but you did have a bag of guns, but you didn't have a bag of guns? Or all these motorcycle clubs that you supposedly associated with or didn't? You were very Cronin-esque in that, very ambiguous.
He is lying through his teeth. He cannot accept accountability. He never will be able to. There's something psychologically wrong with this person.
Says the guy who clearly had substance abuse issues. Good job.
He is lying. Do you people not understand that? David, you need to stop. You are...
You need to stop. That's what fucking faggots and losers say. You need to stop. You need to leave. It's like that, I think it was in 2016, where there was filmographers on a campus, and this teacher was like, "No, you gotta leave." It's like we're on the sidewalk. We're filming something that we're perfectly out to. No, who's gonna help me take these fascists off campus? It doesn't work that way, Scunty. You need to leave. But everyone said that about you, though. And yet you persist.
Tripling down on your bullshit. You're making it worse, Dave. It's unbelievable, bro. It really is. It is fucking sick.
Is that why I topped that at like close to 70 viewers tonight? How many do you get?
I never fucking said... If I did in the past, drunk, say, "Oh, I got your information, Dave. Oh, Victor gave it to me," then why all these years are you making fun of me for not being able to find you, Dave? Because everybody knows I didn't. You would...
Well, because you're such a failure, Scunty. You claim things. And, smart people prepare for these claims. They prove often to be not. But only a moron would walk into a fight unprepared. So, you make these claims, and people prepare for them. And they battle you on the same grounds as you battle others. If you were lying, well, it just goes to show more about you than anything else.
No, if I did. You're a liar, David. You're a liar. You are a black-faced, black-tongued liar.
Told you he didn't like the blacks. Told you he didn't like the blacks. Where's Festlove when you need him?
There's no way around this, Dave. Oh my God, you might be able to...
Do we have any other of the blacks in the chat who can, demolish this sort of typical, skunty, but yet evil, obviously, behavior?
groom and condition and convince Victor on the call, but you're not convincing it.
Hold on. That's okay. I hope you're listening still, Victor, because this is interesting.
Liar. There's no way around this, Dave. Oh my God, you might be able to groom and condition and convince Victor on the call, but you're not convincing anybody else.
So, Victor, well, first of all, why is the grooming always on this guy's mind? Why? Because especially when, I believe it was Ken, started to use that sort of sly joke, he got very upset. So now is he projecting? And more importantly, of all people, Victor, who did support him and still, I guess still has him unblocked, is being groomed by me. Of all people, by me. Pfft.
I know you won't convince Z-Man or anybody else with a logical fucking brain to some degree, Not that I'm fucking advocating for Z-Man, but he's not wrong on some shit, so... Only people with a brain in this community are going to be able to figure this out. Dave is blackface fucking lying. This guy... I don't know why I keep saying blackface, man. I think I got Trudeau on the mind. But, Trudeau.
Maybe you hate the blacks.
Dave is not Trudeau. He's fake, though. But anyway, this is sad, Dave. Really is just plain sad. I don't know, man. I don't know what else I wrote in the video there, but hopefully you guys read it because... fucking, man. There's no words anymore. He keeps bringing up this fucking, I don't know what Scott's capable of. I didn't know what he was capable of. Border control. That was Simo. Simo is the one that said his uncle was at border control. Dave can't even keep track of his own lies.
No, he
or
said
any
his
truth
dad
to any stories.
And his
he just
uncle.
Can't because he beats around the bush and lies so much, he loses track of all of it.
No.
It's fucking pathetic.
I got the screenshots to prove it, baby.
I don't know what else to say but pathetic. Put that principal meme up, Dave, and point at yourself again. You should put little Dave there with the whited out license plate when you were trying to hide.
You should cut your fucking nails, dude. You look like a fucking vampire or something. What the fuck? What are those, Lee press-on nails? Jeez.
Yourself as a kid, you should put that.
My God. Yeah, I've got to show this now. I've got to show this, okay? There's no comment that won't be backed up. Again, people want the facts. Well, you get the facts. Around here, you get the facts. Unless it's coming from Scott's mouth, which is just poo-poo and pee-pee. But first of all, quite comical, wearing his sober hat, which I think he's anything but. But let's put this image and show you, again, that this guy, just disgusting, to be honest. Look at the size of these nails. Like, dude, this is fucking gross. And look at those fucking eyebrows. Literally a pair of walking eyebrows. But look at that nail. I mean, if maybe it was that on your pinky finger and that was because you were a coke dealer, okay, I'll give you that one. I don't condone your job, but I can understand the necessity for that, manner of grooming. Okay. But dude, this is your index finger, dude. Like, what are you going out at night fucking, biting into fucking cows and shit? Like, howling at the moon? Like, well, with those eyebrows, you kind of potentially look like you might. But, like, seriously, dude, what the fuck is this freakish shit? Like, is there some sort of, I don't know, some sort of pit of that ooze shit that came out when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 came out, in Glace Bay, where everyone gets fucking transformed and mutated in some sort of fucking mutant? mean, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Let me change the screen here because I can't fathom looking at this, and I can't fathom you looking at this. So, let's continue.
And Seymour pointing down at you, calling you pathetic because you are.
Oh.
Mr. fucking Projection. Unbelievable, bro. Oh, God forbid Scott's making videos exposing me again. Oh my God, I gotta fucking put.
I welcome it, my friend. The Emperor, the first drama Emperor welcomes it.
Put a narrative on it. He's obsessed. Look at all the fucking videos he's cutting on me.
Look at what you've made in the last 6 days. Thanks for coming out.
Defending himself and exposing the lies. Oh my God, he's a lunatic for cutting all these videos. Look at this manic fucking lunatic cutting all the videos. 40,000 videos of manic.
Well, I mean, a lot of people disproved that. I mean, I think even Simo was showing that you were online, or your phone was active for about 19 hours. 19 hours, 13 minutes, if I remember correctly. Something like that. But, dude, come on. It was exposed. You showed it, and people fucking, showed it. Come on, man.
Fucking craziness. Oh my God.
God damn those eyebrows, man.
Oh. Wow.
Jeez Louise. All right, well, thankfully there's no more content from Scunty. Probably having dinner right now. Or, I don't know, picking wild berries. Who knows what he does. But let's continue on with what YR had on his show. And then we shall open ourselves up to calls.
Shit, by just putting out ideas that he does, that Dave does. And that's that's a problem too. So a lot of times it's not necessarily Dave, it's just the actions could, inspire for the worst, obviously. These clone trolls in this community that, want to, like the bullfrog shit and all that.
I get that. That stuff sucks. Like, that's the big thing I don't like about all this, is because it's not so much the, person suffering, it's their family suffering.
Yeah.
And that sucks for Bullfrog and his family, that they have to get fucking prank calls and stuff like that, because it's annoying, dude. Like, fucking grow up. You're prank calling somebody's fucking family and trying to troll to be funny, like, I'm gonna make them. Like, dude, life's hard enough as it is, man. Like, why would you deliberately try to make it harder for you?
Is a link up for the show?
I don't know. He's fucking
confirm it. Is this because you were saying this yesterday? Like, y'all better have a show tonight. Because I'll get off. I'm not gonna be all night.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna go fucking hit up Mars, man, and I'll let you know. Keep doing what you're doing. Later, fucking Keith. Later, Victor. Later, Warren.
All right. Nice talking to you.
Yep. Thanks.
You, my brother.
Thank you.
Now, Wire does say
Do you see a link?
Bullsy calls in in a bit.
Card. Oh, yeah. This card looks really cool. More Russian government officials call in. 32.
It's a man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Nicky J and Nicky Nines didn't like the last stream, but I didn't really care one way or the other.
Yeah. Do you think we're wrong for doing it? Do you think we overreacted? Do you think we got emotional? Do you think people have opinions? And
YR again, trying to stir shit.
Things get weird.
Well, honestly, I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong with that stream. You were just commenting on things you thought were wrong. That's fine. That's just how it is. My thing is, I mean, people are kind of just looking at it like this. Everyone, you're being babies, or Dave isn't totally wrong. Is totally wrong. Who knows? Who knows really? All that happened was a big misunderstanding on one call that happened to be between Ken and Dave. If we're being honest here, some people took it as, oh, Ken is turning on Dave. Dave is turning on Ken and selling him out. That's how people saw that, right? Because Dave shared a private DM, which I guess to Dave was misinterpreted as, oh, they're asking for information on Skunt, but it was just asking about if Dave had information on Skunt. So overall, all of that could have just been avoided if the other just understood each other, if we're being honest. So if we were talking about who's being emotional here, well, if I go back to analyze that entire call, yes, Seaman and Ken, sure, you could say they're being emotional because in my interpretation, usually when you're emotionally attached to a certain subject or situation, usually it doesn't allow you to think straight because it's more of an emotional response. That's not necessarily a bad thing in a lot of situations, but it doesn't always help. And that's what kind of created this, bad communication. But overall, is it completely Ken and Seaman's fault? No. But it could have gone a better way. One of the reasons why I tried to call in and, maybe there would be middle ground better. And overall, it didn't really work out, did it?
Mm-mm.
So if we're being honest, both parties are kind of at fault here for not understanding one or the other, just because of one fallout, just because of one fight. And
I agree with that.
And I'm not saying I disagree with, I'm not saying I'm completely on one side or the other. I see both point of views. It's just that both sides are not looking at each other's point of views enough. So it creates the stigma of, fuck you, I'm on this side, and fuck you, I'm on that side. This is the problem with when we were going at Joe. It's just both segregation sides and the refusal of understanding. Because
Yes.
the walls of obituary?
Yeah, I got getting me and C-Man's obituaries ready for the framing.
Well, the framing of obituaries seems to me more of a deadpan joke, rented. Some of it's not funny. But if he really means that,
That's hilarious.
it could be technically illegal if you can prove if it's for defamation, I believe. I'm not...
Oh, Bullseye. No. Cute for you to say that.
entirely sure on the subject at hand, but as far as I know...
Like fake obituaries.
Yes. If you fake obituary, that is...
Look that up.
No, it's not. It's certainly not.
What's the deal on fake obituaries, Keith? You look that up?
Yeah.
But overall, I am not against Dave, and I'm not against you. I have no issues with anybody. In fact, there should be no reason to have beef with anybody. The only people I've ever had beef with was Joe and Tony, which says a lot. So I generally don't want problems with people.
And you're cool with, you cool with Joe.
For now. I'm
fine with him too, bro. Like, what do we always really do? We when we think him or certain people do dumb shit, we fucking, we play the clip and we react, bro. Like, everyone reacts, and I have nothing against Joe, bro. No ill will, none against anyone really in the community. Obviously, there's a ban list with certain people on there, but no ill will, no death towards anyone. Live long and prosper,
Yeah, but when I talked to Joe, and it was just me not wanting to go at Joe, but overall, still asking him questions. And honest with people, I usually would ask him mostly. I don't see anybody else doing the same thing nowadays. But that's just me. Emotional. Well, if I was also to go at Joe again, he'd get emotional. But
I can't believe how, I don't know. I think there's more people that agreed with the whole C-Man thing, Grey Zone today than people that didn't like it.
Don't get me wrong. There's things I agree with Seaman what he says, and things I disagree with that he says. It's not about I think he's totally wrong and he's a dickhead. Neither of Dave. But
Seaman never really liked
of each other right now. So they're just
Seaman never really he never really, and then you can put Keith in that pond, you can put Bars in that pond, and others, but they're a rare breed in this community to where they never went down those personal life info wars roads. They didn't cross those lines. C-Man is one of the few that never crossed those lines in this community. So I think he has every, if not the top right, every right to really, literally be that arbitrary morality for real.
Negatory. Only being around a year, no idea. Sorry,
bro. In this community, really, what has C-Man done super bad in this community? Nothing.
I'll say this quick before I go, because I gotta go now. C-Man and Dave will fucking argue over anything at this point. They're arguing over logical fallacies. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It just is.
Can you give it any validity?
Yes, they've been arguing about that on streams, literally. So, anyway, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Thank you for being a martyr for the community. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keith, what's the definition of a martyr?
Someone who kills themselves for religious beliefs.
Can't remember that
So
yourself.
Kawasaki bombers.
Yes.
Kamikaze bombers. Kamikaze.
Yep.
Kawasaki.
I like right, kamikaze.
Thank you.
All right. Well, enough of that, because that's the most recent stuff. I'll allow for the Skype lines to remain open for the next few minutes. If anyone wants to call in, I'm sure they will. And if they don't, they won't. So, yeah, a few minutes for those that might want to share their opinion. But I wanted to address a few things, especially what YR was not only saying, but attempting to try to create. And yeah, when the Scun stuff came around, I thought it was very pertinent, not just because of Nikki Nines, but and because him reviewing me, but even with the Victus stuff, which he made yesterday. But there was a lot of stuff, so I hope you did enjoy it. We'll leave the Skype lines open for a little bit longer. I did not expect to go this long. It's close to 4 hours. Not bad for a drama diner. But I think a lot of things have been said. I don't know if I'm gonna go and review because there's so much to fucking review. So much to fucking review. And let's just be honest. When it comes to C-Man, I am the superior. And I know logic. And he can cry and whine and get emotionally invested all he wants. And say so on a video with Jake Bars. But, I'm still not them. But I do hope to actually do some Kerbals, because I don't know if you guys know, and I always try to coordinate with this, but the SLS, the space launch system, has just been unveiled by NASA. It's supposed to take their people to the moon come the next few years. And I always like to emulate what they plan and see whether or not it works in the Kerbal world. So hope to do that. I've got a few Too Many Chefs planned. And yes, eventually I will have a conspiracy show there, see them. So don't you worry about that. And that's something I do want to say, is that I do find it so comical, like, oh, where's your conspiracy shows? It's like, oh, you want me to do a shitty show? Nah, I don't think so. But, when I point to the good stuff that I've made, oh, well, you can't point to that stuff. It's old. Well, when I was prepared and I was doing it properly, I was producing these sorts of shows. So unless I can actually get that formula working, I'm not going to do any shows, because what's the point of doing a shitty fucking conspiracy show? So. But on that note, I do appreciate every single one of you for joining us here on the stream today. Hi, Shid, hi. Always hi to Shid, because he just would love if I went away, and I certainly won't be. But thank you for joining us on the stream today. A lot of stuff discussed. And yeah, you'll be seeing more non-drama related streams from me in the future. I don't know what else to say. Stand firm and stand by my words, and I'll be judged by them accordingly. And it is what it is. And on that note, I am Devious Dave Rose, and we shall see you next time.